Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. When you are in Satan City, your cultivation will increase 10,000 times at the beginning. Chapter 101. Now it can be said that no one can beat Majin Buu. Goku doesn't have much time left now. The energy he expended here cannot be recovered. You must return to the underworld to recover. However, he is not allowed to return to the underworld as a minister now. After all, Majin Buu isn't quite settled yet. He is very worried about the safety here. It's just that now he has to know the underworld. He no longer belongs here. Super Saiyan failed to defeat Majin Buu in the third stage. So what hope can they have now? Now the only hope lies with Chinyu. We can only hope that Chinyu defeats Majin Buu. They all know that Majin Buu is not so easy to deal with. But at the same time, they also knew Chinyu's selling history. In the pink state, you can be invincible. However, what Chinyu wants to face now is not this fat Majin Buu, but that little Majin Buu. Little Majin Buu is far more powerful than him. Not just a little bit. One of Chinyu's main reasons now is to use Ultra Instinct. But this Majin Buu doesn't seem to be able to let himself use Ultra Instinct. Rosé is enough. Moreover, his nature is actually not bad. He is now unable to get out of the battle. Only fighting can make him happy now. In order to satisfy his fighting spirit, Goku also said that Chinyu is powerful. Of course, Rosé is enough. Celestial Temple. Goku said a little disappointed. I was originally a person who no longer existed in this world. I have to leave sooner or later. You still have to make up for all this. All I can do is fight him. But now my mission has been achieved. The next step is up to you. Chinyu looked at Goku and slowly said, "Don't worry. Leave all this to me. I definitely can't watch Majin Buu wreak havoc in the city. After all, this is where I grew up." The words just fell. The fortune teller appeared in front of Goku and said, "Goku, you only have half an hour now. Hurry back with me. Your current energy can no longer keep you fighting." Goku nodded and said, "I know, but this is too fast." Goku still doesn't want to go back. After all, things here haven't been completely resolved yet. However, with Chinyu here, Goku is relieved. He naturally knows Chinyu's strength. Even the fighting power of his transformation was clear to Goku. Right now, we can only focus on Chinyu. Vegeta has lost twice in a row. The only hope lies with Chinyu. Goku looked at Chinyu and slowly said, "Chinyu, then I'll leave all this to you." Then, Goku walked towards Goten and said, "Goten, Daddy might be leaving. Don't give up practicing either. Try to defeat Majin Buu." Goten nodded. He still doesn't understand why his father left. But the only thing is that he knows that his father is very powerful. This is also undeniable. Vegeta now looks proud. He now wants to fight Majin Buu. The letter M on his forehead disappeared when Bafity died. But he is also very disappointed that he is not fighting Goku now. But he knew that Goku only had one day. Once this time passes, Goku will disappear here. Even though the two of them said they didn't agree with each other. But when danger comes, they still look out for each other. At this moment, Vegeta walked up to Goku and said, "Kakarot, I regret not fighting you today. But next time, if you still dare to shirk like this, I don't care what the reason is. I must defeat you." Goku rubbed the back of his head and smiled. "Vegeta, I let you down today. I also want to fight you, but there are so many things happening in front of me, and I have to solve them. Majin Buu will get rid of you." Vegeta folded his hands and snorted coldly. "I don't think you are stronger than me, but I think I am stronger. Next time, there must be a winner between us." Goku nodded. At this moment, Majin Buu is actually living a normal life. Eat, drink, take a bath, read the newspaper. After all, he has nothing to do now. This is the only thing that can be done. He still wants to wait for Chinyu. Majin Buu, who is already in high spirits, is now eager to fight. After all, he has learned a lot of moves from Goku now. Without Bafity's control, his life is now extremely leisurely. He learns quickly. In less than a day, he actually learned how to eat, drink, and sleep as a human being. He was lying on the bed and hadn't spoken for 5 minutes. He felt a little bored. So boring. What else can you do now? He even drew circles on the ground now. It's already extremely boring. He is still waiting for the strong person on that side to appear. It's just that after waiting, it doesn't mean that there is no intention of showing up. Majin Buu is getting bored now. Not long, Chinyu felt Majin Buu's energy coming to him. Majin Buu looked at Chinyu, and Chinyu looked at him indifferently. The two looked at each other. Majin Buu crossed his arms and looked at Chinyu and said, "Are you Chinyu?" Chinyu looked at Majin Buu with a calm face and said, "Exactly." Majin Buu said again, "I heard that you are very powerful, I am looking for you." Chinyu smiled calmly and said, "I heard that you are also very powerful. You have defeated many people, but it seems to me that you don't want to fight. Your nature is not bad, but Ba Tong, isn't he threatening you behind your back?" Majin Buu looked at Chinyu with wide eyes and said, "You. How do you know? Indeed, Bafity is controlling all of this behind the scenes, and it's always about the seal." Chinyu spoke again. "It is said that Bafity has been killed by you now. So, you are no longer under his control." Majin Buu, "No, Buu. I can feel that you just want to fight now. I can tell you're not satisfied with the battle with Goku just now." Majin Buu now looked at Chinyu with a puzzled face and said, "Goku, the one I just fought with?" Chinyu nodded. Majin Buu seems to know his strength now. He felt an extremely powerful aura lingering on Chinyu. Immediately afterwards, Chinyu spoke again. "In my opinion, if it weren't for Bafity, you would be almost the same as us. Let alone fighting. Evil does not mean destruction. Your nature is actually good. Although you are now a symbol of evil in the minds of many people, as long as you can change, you will be recognized by the world." Majin Buu looked up and said, "Change? How do I change?" Chinyu smiled calmly. "At least you don't destroy the city now. Isn't that a good thing? On the other hand, if you are willing to take the initiative to help others, or are not very destructive, your evil title will be slowly erased. I have never doubted that you are Majin Buu. Is evil really evil? No, only people like Bafity who do all kinds of evil are truly evil. I think if you can make some changes, you will be a good person. Perhaps you can also prevent accidents from happening in the world. You are very powerful. If you protect it without destroying it, it is enough." Majin Buu seemed thoughtful. After listening to Chinyu's words, he had a vague feeling that his power could indeed change something. However, now he has been given an evil title. As Chinyu said, he was originally evil, but after killing Bafity, he did not cause destruction and just lived a normal life. This is naturally good. This also means that Majin Buu is adapting to life here. After thinking about it for a while, Majin Buu felt that what Chinyu said made sense. Only slow change can change the world's view of Majin Buu. In order to satisfy Majin Buu's desire to fight, Chinyu said again, "Since you want to fight, then I will satisfy you." Is this true? Majin Buu was standing there with an excited look on his face. He was extremely excited now. However, he didn't know what Chinyu's strength was. But from the moment he came into contact with Chinyu, Majin Buu could faintly feel the powerful aura spreading from Chinyu. Then his strength should be very strong. Majin Buu is also excited now. Chinyu looked at Majin Buu with a calm smile and said, "Well, I think you've got rid of Bafity's control now, but you definitely don't want to destroy everywhere now, so what do you think we go to fight somewhere further away? In this way, no matter how powerful we are, we will not hurt innocent people." Majin Buu nodded excitedly. The only thing Chinyu is fighting against now is to force the Kid Buu out of his body. Kid Buu is so powerful that only he can use Ultra Instinct on himself. The fat Buu in front of him couldn't bring himself to use Ultra Instinct at all. However, his strength is considered powerful. He has learned a lot from Goku now. Maybe even Vegeta's trump card Flash Cannon has been learned. This is naturally very terrifying. Chinyu's main task now is to make little Majin Buu appear. Even if he doesn't show up now, he will show up later. Isn't it a good thing to solve this problem early? The little Majin Buu is far more powerful than this Majin Buu. Chinyu fought with him just to induce him to appear. Majin Buu is now so fat and has such a good nature. The main reason is that he absorbed the energy of the old Supreme Kai to make him what he is now. If the original Majin Buu in his body appears, that is the threat to the entire world. The strength of the little Majin Buu has far exceeded that of this Majin Buu. To him, destroying a world is just a snap. Chinyu now wants to see his strength. Also want to try Ultra Instinct. After all, Rose and Kaioken are now in used condition, only Ultra Instinct is left. Facing this Majin Buu, it is enough to be afraid of Pink. Ultra Instinct doesn't need to be used at all. Tao Hong's strength is already very terrifying. It can be said that she is infinitely close to the superpower of God. Even the third stage of Super Saiyan is 50-50 against Majin Buu. Needless to say, the Peach Red Tao Hong is even higher than Super 3. Its strength has surpassed many. If Super 3 can even match Majin Buu 50-50, then Rose will naturally be able to beat Majin Buu. But now, Majin Buu has learned a lot from Goku. This is still a bit difficult to deal with. Chinyu has Son Goku's full talent, so it's naturally a bit easy to fight Majin Buu. Coupled with the moves Chinyu has learned himself, defeating him is not something that can be easily achieved. Now, Chinyu quickly headed to a deserted open space. Not long, Chinyu landed in a deserted land. Majin Buu followed closely behind. Majin Buu, come on now and show your strongest strength. Chinyu waved his hand to Majin Buu. Majin Buu looked at Chinyu with excitement at this moment and said, "Okay, I'll let my horse come over here." The moment the words fell, Chinyu immediately transformed into a pink girl. He knew that it was impossible to defeat Majin Buu under normal circumstances. Majin Buu's combat power under this situation can reach hundreds of billions. There is nothing that can be done about the normal state. Although Chinyu is said to have a combat power of 2.5 billion under normal conditions, which is already an outstanding existence among Saiyans, it is still not enough in front of Majin Buu. Therefore, it is the best choice to transform into a pink girl now. Majin Buu looked at Chinyu, who was in a pink state, and he said with a puzzled look on his face, How do I feel stronger than Goku's blonde hair?" Chinyu smiled lightly and said, "How about giving it a try?" The words fell. Majin Buu is in the same fighting stance as Goku. Chinyu sneered. Then he immediately rushed forward. Suddenly, the surrounding space seemed to be unable to withstand this offensive, and ripples appeared in layers. The flying sand was flying around, and it was extremely terrifying. At this moment, Majin Buu's hands suddenly grew longer. He directly grabbed Chinyu's shoulders. Chinyu directly grabbed Majin Buu's hands and tied them into a tight knot. Then he stretched forward and kicked Majin Buu directly in the jaw. Majin Buu spit out bitter water from his mouth. He was like a wave of light towards Chinyu. Chinyu blocked it casually, and the light wave immediately changed its direction and blasted towards the surrounding mountain tops. Boom! Chinyu smiled lightly, and then he rushed forward. The punch hit Majin Buu directly in the stomach. Majin Buu flew out immediately. Then he kicked again, hitting Majin Buu directly in the jaw. Majin Buu looks a little uncomfortable now. The two fought in midair. The speed is completely unclear. The aftermath caused the entire world to tremble. However, their fighting styles are very similar. When Majin Buu fought Goku, he had already understood Goku's fighting style. Chinyu has Goku's talent, so his fighting skills are somewhat similar to Goku's. However, Chinyu suppressed Majin Buu in terms of combat effectiveness. Now Chinyu's combat power is at least 1 trillion. Majin Buu only has a combat power of 700 billion. Not only that, Chinyu also has Kaioken, which can increase his attack history. Majin Buu is certainly no match. However, Majin Buu is also somewhat powerful. He uses all the techniques he learned from Mount Goku. However, his actions and methods of attack were all watched by Chinyu. Chinyu could clearly see every step and every move he made. But Majin Buu looked a little ugly at the moment. Majin Buu made a chrysanthemum shape with his hands and immediately shot out a Kamehameha. Chinyu just smiled lightly now. Facing the Kamehameha attacking him, Chin faced it head-on. Rumble. This attack hit Chinyu directly head-on. Thick smoke rose everywhere, creating an extremely powerful aftermath. Since ancient times, there has been a law that smoke causes no harm. After the thick smoke dissipated, Chin still stood in the same place. Nothing happened to him. Chinyu dusted himself off. This blow is quite powerful. It seems that I still underestimate you. Chinyu looked at Majin Buu with an indifferent expression. But Majin Buu was stunned, and his attack hit Chinyu head-on. Nothing happened to him. Majin Buu can't believe it. This attack could destroy a city at least. But in front of Chinyu, nothing happened. Majin Buu couldn't believe it. He learned this ghost-style Qigong from Goku. When Goku used this attack, he almost defeated himself. But Chinyu is fine now. From this, it can be seen how terrifying Chinyu's strength is. Majin Buu now looked at Chinyu with a look of disbelief, and slowly said, Since nothing happened to you. How can this be? Chinyu smiled lightly, looked at Majin Buu and said, Looks like I learned this move from Goku. It's still a bit powerful. Majin Buu now looked confused and was sweating. He is still thinking about how terrifying this Chinyu's strength is. From the beginning to now, Majin Buu has no room for counterattack. They were all crushed by Chinyu. Also, what is the shape of this pink color? How come his attacks are so similar to Goku's? Could it be that he taught Goku? No, he could vaguely feel that Goku still had many skills that he had not yet used. In the third stage of Super Saiyan, Majin Buu was so embarrassed. Isn't this Dao Hong going to defeat him? Majin Buu is also very powerful now. But when Chinyu appeared, his attack turned out to be so vulnerable. Not to mention he is also a monster that has been sleeping for 5 million years. Now he was beaten like this by Chinyu. Chinyu's strength is really quite strong. This is beyond the rhythm of Goku and Vegeta. Majin Buu didn't expect that Chinyu would be so powerful. Then why didn't he stop him when he appeared? Instead, let Goku introduce him. No wonder Goku asked Chinyu to fight. It turns out that Chinyu is so powerful. Majin Buu thought to himself. But even so, he still had no intention of giving up. Majin Buu knew how powerful Chinyu was, so he had to be careful next. If you meet him head-on, he is no match for you. Come on, it's ready. Majin Buu assumed a fighting stance. Chinyu's face was solemn, and he immediately rushed forward. This time, he learned the whole story. At the moment when he hit Majin Buu, Chinyu immediately opened Kaioken. A red flame appeared around him. Majin Buu was stunned. It's just a battle, there's no need to take it so seriously. Majin Buu can feel that Chin's fighting experience is constantly improving. Majin Buu now has no room to fight back. Chinyu's attack speed is extremely fast. It was so fast that Majin Buu could not believe that this was the Chinyu from before. The aftermath of the battle was noticed by Piccolo and others who were far away. Celestial Temple. Piccolo's eyes narrowed as he looked at the location where the energy came from. He spoke slowly. This powerful aura, have they already started fighting? Klin looked shocked and said. It seems that Chinyu has already fought with Majin Buu, but why is this aura so powerful? Is Majin Buu going to be defeated? Majin Buu is very powerful. Kakarot said that he can quickly learn the opponent's fighting style. Maybe he has already learned Chinyu's fighting style. Vegeta said, holding his hands. This aura made the Z Warriors feel a little uneasy. They knew Chinyu's strength, but they never thought that the aura that burst out would be so powerful. This seems to be the existence of two Chinyu. What moves did Chinyu use? Piccolo frowned. However, at this moment Vegeta jumped up. Quickly go to the location where Chinyu and Majin Buu are fighting. Krillin saw this and shouted, Vegeta, what are you doing? Before he finished speaking, Vegeta had already disappeared. Krillin looked at Piccolo and said again, Piccolo, how about we? Piccolo interrupted, we are the safest here now. With Vegeta's character, we just want to see the strength between the two of them. Krillin nodded. What he wants to see most now is just the scene of their fighting. Krillin doesn't want to be able to transform like Saiyan, he is just an ordinary martial artist on Earth. It is also the strongest existence. But the appearance of Chinyu made him fall directly to the second place. Chinyu is just a person on this planet, he just relied on the system to ascend to this state. Of course, Chinyu is now stronger than Saiyan. Now, the battle between Majin Buu and Chinyu is getting more and more intense. Majin Buu still has no room to fight back. Chinyu's combat effectiveness also increased as the battle became more intense. Plus Kaioken increases combat power, defense, and speed. Majin Buu is even more difficult to deal with now. I saw Chinyu grabbing the long tentacles on Majin Buu's head and attacking crazily. Majin Buu now has no room to fight back. Instead, I felt immense pain. This is completely different from Goku and Vegeta's attacks. Vegeta's attack seemed like nothing to Majin Buu. But Chinyu's attack caused fatal pain to Majin Buu. Majin Buu even wants to stop fighting now. However, he still knew that this was in the middle of a battle. Naturally, the battle will not stop like this. Not long. Chinyu stopped attacking, but Majin Buu was rolling on the spot in pain. Quote $. Majin Buu now has a look on his face. He didn't expect that Chinyu would be so harsh. There wasn't even any room to fight back. Moreover, he didn't know that Chinyu's strength suddenly increased so much. This is completely different from the previous Chinyu. Not only that, he couldn't clearly see Chinyu's attack method. No matter in which aspect, Chin's combat effectiveness seems to have improved. Majin Buu knew that he was no longer Chinyu's opponent. But he still wants to fight Chinyu. He stood up, looked at Chinyu and said slowly, "It's so fun, come again." Chinyu looked at Majin Buu with an indifferent expression and said, "I think you should know my strength now, but you still can't hurt me now, or will it end like this?" After hearing Chinyu's words, he naturally wouldn't just let it go. He hasn't used his true skills yet. However, it seems that he has no chance to use his true skills. Chinyu didn't give him a chance to use his strength at all. Otherwise, he would have had to fight back by now. Majin Buu held his hands and said, "This is not possible. We were not satisfied with Goku last time. Do you still want to escape? Hurry, come quickly." Chinyu smiled calmly and said, "Okay, let's get started." The two started fighting again. The aftermath of the battle caused the entire world to tremble. Huge waves 10 meters high were seen on the distant seashore. A mighty breath burst out. At this moment, Vegeta also came to the place where they were fighting. He looked at the two of them with narrowed eyes. However, he couldn't see Chinyu's fighting speed at all. Vegeta couldn't believe it. Could it be said that Chinyu's strength has become much stronger? It seems so. But what is the red aura around him? Vegeta looked at Chinyu and Majin Buu intently. But Majin Buu can only take a beating now. There was no room for fighting back. Vegeta was a little shocked. Is this Chinyu's strength? Taohong, what is the red aura next to him? His speed and combat effectiveness seem to have improved a lot. This is too unbelievable. Chinyu's strength has increased so quickly. Vegeta was now in a cold sweat. He wanted to transform into Daohong, but he was afraid it was still too early. Now I can only think about surpassing Goku. Not to mention surpassing Chinyu. However, Majin Buu is so powerful that there is no room for him to fight back in the hands of Chinyu. Is this the same Majin Buu he knew? Moreover, Vegeta could feel an extremely powerful aura in the aftermath of the battle, and Vegeta was shocked. He couldn't believe that Majin Buu was beaten violently. Now there is actually no room to fight back. Is this still the same Majin Buu? This is completely different from the Majin Buu he faced. Now, in midair, no matter how Majin Buu counterattacks, Chinyu can easily dodge. It was as if Chinyu saw his attacks. Majin Buu is even more embarrassed now. Not to mention how strong Chinyu is now. Majin Buu is like a toy in his hands. But he never expected that Chinyu's strength would become so much stronger in a short period of time. If there was some room to fight back before, now Majin Buu can only be beaten. Could it be said that everything Chinyu is doing now is to end the battle quickly? It seems so to Majin Buu. But in Chinyu's eyes, he is now just trying to force the Kid Buu out of him. He is now very eager to use Ultra Instinct. But the Majin Buu in front of me seems to be unable to use Ultra Instinct. Taohong can beat Majin Buu to such a state of disarray. That's not to mention Ultra Instinct. Is this going to kill him? Chinyu didn't think so. He just wanted to lure out Majin Buu. He naturally knows how powerful little Majin Buu is. However, looking at myself, I will never let him mess around in the city. Kid Buu is powerful enough to destroy a city. His appearance is undoubtedly not a great terror. But Chinyu wouldn't let him mess around. Chinyu just wanted to try Ultra Instinct. Ultra Instinct is indeed powerful, but there is no place to use it now. Do you want to use it in front of this fat Buu? Majin Buu is now at a point of helplessness. But there was nothing he could do. The only way now is to fight Chinyu. The reason why he wanted to fight was simply to show how powerful he was. But in front of Chinyu, he knew. His own strength was so vulnerable to Chinyu. See you. A white light suddenly appears around Majin Buu. Suddenly, the color of the world changed. It was vast and covered with dark clouds, as if the sky was about to fall. Chinyu flashed subconsciously. The two faced each other. Since I can't defeat you, let's try this trick, Majin Buu said with a cold sweat on his face. Chinyu looked at Majin Buu with tight eyes. He wanted to see what moves Majin Buu would use. The next second, an extremely strong light wave blasted out. Boom! The height of this light wave is several meters high. It blasted out directly in the direction of Chinyu. Chinyu frowned. Isn't this Vegeta's flash cannon? Majin Buu actually learned it. Chinyu naturally knew the power of this flash cannon. At this moment, Vegeta in the distance was confused. He looked at the tricks Majin Buu performed with disbelief. Isn't this my trick? How could it be in his hands? Vegeta had a cold sweat on his face. He couldn't believe that Majin Buu would actually have his tricks stolen. He had only used it once before on Majin Buu. But I didn't expect that Majin Buu would learn so quickly. You can use your own moves in an instant. Moreover, the power is not inferior to his own. On the contrary, it got stronger. How can the extremely arrogant King Vegeta accept this? The moves are all executed in exactly the same way. Vegeta was immediately confused. He was a little unbelievable that Majin Buu could learn so quickly. He just used it once before and he learned it. How could Vegeta accept this? He looked at the two of them with deep eyes. Chinyu stood there with an indifferent expression, showing no intention of moving at all. He knew how powerful the blow was. Then, Chinyu shouted loudly. Rumble! All the surrounding stones were suspended in midair, and the terrifying aura was as vast as the sea. The red aura around Chinyu became more and more intense. At this moment, a mighty aura suddenly burst out. Boom! Chinyu shouted, 10 times Kaioken. Buzz! The whole world trembled a little. There are even more ripples in the surrounding space. The mighty breath is like a wave, setting off layers of waves. Celestial Temple. Boom! Its majestic force swept across the Celestial Temple, which was half a day away, and even the Temple of Heaven trembled a little. Piccolo said with a cold sweat on his face, what a terrifying atmosphere, the battle between them has actually descended to this level. This aura is emanating from Chinyu. How much strength does he have hidden? His experience is too terrifying. Krillin now said with a shocked look on his face, this. Vegeta won't be hurt. Chinyu's strength is beyond our imagination. It's actually so scary. Trunks came to Goten at this moment and slowly said, Goten, your ability to learn seems to be quite strong. Even Uncle Piccolo and Uncle Klin were amazed. Goten looked innocent and said, I don't know either. Number 18 looked at the direction where the breath came from with a cold sweat on his face. For a moment, she couldn't believe that this was coming from around Chinyu. This is completely different from the Chinyu who was in the martial arts competition before. Is this Chinyu's true strength? Number 18 muttered in a low voice. He couldn't believe that Chinyu's strength was so powerful. Now, Chinyu gathered his fighting power. In an instant, Chinyu blasted away at Majin Buu with a flash cannon attack. With one blow, Majin Buu bled immediately. Majin Buu hits the ground hard. Boom! The whole world trembled a little again. Vegeta now looked at Chinyu's explosive strength with a shocked expression. For a moment, he couldn't believe that Chinyu was so powerful. When Qian fought with Chinyu, he did not show such strong strength. But now, Chinyu's strength has soared so terrifyingly. Vegeta naturally couldn't believe it. Even the most powerful flash cannon in the current setting can't do anything to Chinyu. Chinyu ignored the flash cannon and rushed forward. Vegeta's mouth twitched slightly and he said with a surprised look on his face. Ox, his strength is actually so strong. Even my most powerful flash cannon is ignored. What other hidden secrets does he have? Vegeta calmed down and looked at Chinyu with a frown. This battle seems to be over. Majin Buu was also defeated. This is something Vegeta never expected. He knew how strong Chinyu was, but he never thought that Majin Buu had no room to fight back. Seeing Chinyu with such strength, a man who has to be strong in his life, Vegeta is looking forward to this kind of strength. He didn't know what tricks Chinyu used, but judging from this strength, Chinyu can quickly increase his strength, and all of this seems to be the result of the red arrogance. Coupled with the already very powerful Rosé, the combat effectiveness gradually soared. Majin Buu is now defeated. Chinyu is the final winner. Majin Buu stood up slowly at this moment. He looked at Qin Wang and slowly said, "You are too powerful, I'm no match at all." Chinyu slowly landed on the ground. He looked at Majin Buu and said slowly, "You're good too. To be able to learn each other's moves so quickly, this is undoubtedly a genius among geniuses. If you can practice well, your strength will definitely surpass mine." Majin Buu looked at Chinyu with excitement and said, "Really, I will be as powerful as you." Chinyu looked calm and replied, "Of course. With your talent, you are no worse than me. If you can practice well, you can definitely surpass me." After hearing this, Majin Buu spoke again, "Okay, I will practice well. I've promised so well now, but I won't go to bed then." Chinyu doesn't care what he can do in the end. But one thing that is undeniable is that his talent is indeed powerful. Just learning the opponent's moves, I have to accept it. Even Chinyu couldn't do it. If he can practice well, there is still a slight chance that he can be evenly matched with Chinyu, let alone transcendence. However, if he is so diligent now, he will be so lazy later. I don't even want to participate in fights. The only thing Chinyu can do is to fight him. But the Kid Buu in him hasn't appeared yet. Chinyu didn't want to wait any longer. After this battle, Chinyu also consumed a lot. He doesn't have fairy beans. If he had fairy beans, he could fight Majin Buu again for hundreds of rounds. But without the fairy beans, naturally it cannot be recovered so easily. The only thing he wanted to do now was to rest. Otherwise, the energy consumed will never be recouped. Majin Buu has now recognized the reality. Since he cannot defeat Chinyu, he must practice hard next. By the way, with your current strength, you can definitely help a lot of people. If you can do this, you can completely change the world's view of you. Also, you are no longer under the control of Bafity and can move freely. How about you go somewhere with me?" Chinyu said kindly. He wanted Soldier Z to know that Majin Buu is actually not bad. He was just controlled by Bafity before. But now that Bafity is dead, he is no longer under anyone's control. He is already learning now, learning how ordinary people live their lives. Isn't this just getting better slowly? If you want to be favored by the world, the next step is to be recognized by warriors. In the eyes of Z Warriors, Majin Buu is indeed a symbol of evil. In Chinyu's eyes, he just wants to fight now. Now, Chinyu has satisfied his idea. Gradually, the relationship between Chinyu and Majin Buu becomes closer. Vegeta was even more stunned now. He couldn't believe what he saw before his eyes. The first is Majin Buu's learning ability, and the second is Chinyu's strength. Before, I was thinking about how to defeat Chinyu, but now it seems that I can only think about it. Being able to transform into pink is already pretty good. He also couldn't believe Majin Buu's learning ability. He had only used Flash Cannon once before, but Majin Buu actually learned it in a short time. This is somewhat unbelievable. After all, Flash Cannon can be said to be Vegeta's most powerful move at the moment. It didn't matter if it wasn't useful to Majin Buu, but he actually learned it. How could a proud King Vegeta let this go? But then I thought about it, even Goku in the third stage of Super Saiyan couldn't do anything to Majin Buu. Not to mention Vegeta, who is still a Super 2 player. Although he can now use the full power of Super 2, it is still not enough to face Majin Buu. Moreover, he never thought that Qin's Maiwan would be so powerful. Vegeta can only be a clown now. From the second child of 10,000 years ago, to the third child of 10,000 years now. There was no way. Chinyu's appearance made Vegeta drop down one more place. Vegeta looked at the two of them with disdain and said, "When will I be able to transform into a pink? Both Majin Buu and Chinyu are so powerful. Even Kakarot can transform into the third stage of Super Saiyan. Where does this leave me? I am also a Super Saiyan prince after all. Now I can't even compare to an ordinary person." Vegeta can't believe it now. But we have to recognize the reality. Vegeta naturally felt uncomfortable watching the people around him become stronger one after another. And, even Goku is so powerful now. Vegeta is even more envious now. At this moment, he saw the strength of Chinyu and Majin Buu. This time, it made him even less confident. At this moment, Chinyu and Majin Buu seemed to have reached some kind of agreement. Okay, come with me. Chinyu said. Majin Buu nodded behind him. He now also wants to know what kind of place the Tiantian temple mentioned by Chinyu is. After all, since his resurrection, he has either been fighting or on the way to fight. I haven't enjoyed the other things yet, not to mention going to the so-called Temple of Heaven. This time, Chinyu also chose to take him to the Temple of Heaven. Only with the recognition of Z Warriors can people change their views on Majin Buu. Just as they were preparing to set off, a mechanical voice sounded in Chinyu's mind. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the hidden mission of defeating Majin Buu. Reward: Fairy Beans 10. Chinyu was stunned. Does this thing have hidden missions? I never imagined that there are hidden tasks in this system. Is defeating Majin Buu a hidden mission? The reward is Fairy Beans. Chinyu's expression suddenly changed from confusion to joy. He was still thinking before that the energy consumed could not be made up in an instant. But now that we have Fairy Beans, won't we be able to make up for it? This is good stuff. If the system does not appear again, Chinyu has forgotten that the system exists. The emergence of the system this time gave Chinyu a big surprise. Fairy Beans can quickly restore physical energy. Even if you are seriously injured, you can recover by eating a Fairy Bean. In battle, Fairy Beans can be said to be the best supplies. But what Chinyu didn't expect was that the Fairy Beans would appear in this way. Chinyu was a little excited. That being said, fighting Majin Buu for hundreds of rounds is no longer a problem. Now, Chinyu stood motionless. Majin Buu looked at Chinyu and didn't know what Chinyu was doing. He poked Chinyu and said, Chinyu, Chinyu. Chinyu calmed down, glanced at Majin Buu and said, What's wrong? Majin Buu looked at Chinyu with a puzzled look on his face and said, What's wrong with you? Why are you standing there so stupidly? Chinyu laughed awkwardly and said, It's okay, it's okay. There was even cold sweat on his cheeks. Then, Chinyu sighed, looked at Majin Buu and said, Okay, let's go. The moment the words fell, Chinyu turned into a pink stream of light and disappeared. Majin Buu followed closely behind. Celestial Temple. The reality of Chinyu has arrived on the Temple of Heaven. He looked at everyone and slowly said, I'm back. Krillin stepped forward and asked, How is it? Majin Buu is defeated. Great, I just know it. Chinyu said helplessly. You might as well see who the person behind me is. Klin stretched out his head to take a look, and was immediately frightened to pee. Mo, Majin Buu, Krillin said in a panic. When everyone saw Majin Buu, they subconsciously entered a defensive posture. Klin hurriedly walked towards Piccolo. Piccolo frowned and said, Chinyu, what do you mean? Did you bring Majin Buu to the Celestial Temple? Chinyu now looked at everyone with a serious face and said, Relax, I brought Majin Buu this time just to let you know about Majin Buu. Klin said with a panic look on his face. Isn't he just an evil Majin Buu? What else could it be? Upon hearing this, Majin Buu emitted white smoke and looked at Klin solemnly. Clinton panicked. Chinyu stopped Majin Buu. Majin Buu also gradually recovered. However, he still felt faintly dissatisfied. But seeing Chinyu here, he felt relieved. Although Majin Buu is powerful, he is still a little shy when he sees so many people looking at him. The only person I know here is Chinyu. With Chinyu here, he felt relieved. At this moment, Chinyu looked at Klin and said with a smile, Is Majin Buu really a symbol of evil in your hearts? In my opinion, it's not the case. Majin Buu was able to kill innocent people before because he was completely controlled by Bafity. Now look at it, is Majin Buu the same as before? After everyone thought about it, it seemed that it was not the case. Since Bafity died, there has been no news about Majin Buu. He's not as wreaking havoc as he was before. Has he really gotten better? Everyone was still a little skeptical. I can't believe Majin Buu has changed like this. How can I put it this way? He is also Majin Buu. How can you live up to the word devil? Moreover, Majin Buu looks silly, but his strength is indeed terrifying. Klin was sweating coldly, looking at Chinyu and Majin Buu in a panic and said, If you say so, then why are you still fighting Majin Buu? Isn't it to prevent him from causing damage? He is so good now, he might rebel one day. Chinyu raised the corners of his mouth and looked at Klin and said, Oh, so, Clint knows it very well. Then why are you participating in the world's #1 martial arts tournament? Isn't it just to fight and win the championship? Could it be that you are here just to defeat your opponents? Joke. Clinton was speechless. For a moment, I didn't know what to do. I just felt that what Chinyu said seemed to make some sense, and then Clint spoke again. How Jiao, then what do you mean by bringing Majin Buu here? Chinyu looked at everyone with a calm face and slowly said. This time, I brought Majin Buu. The main reason is that Majin Buu is not as evil as you think. If he can practice well, his strength will not only be superior to ours, but he can also protect the world, right? Besides, when you saw the destruction of Majin Buu, did you all think that Majin Buu was the bad guy? During the martial arts tournament, Vegeta deliberately let Bafity control him, so why don't you think that Vegeta is the bad guy? Everyone had second thoughts. Majin Buu doesn't seem to have done anything bad outside of the battle. Could it be that, as Chinyu said, Majin Buu is actually not bad? See, Majin Buu doesn't look too bad. At this moment, Vegeta suddenly appeared on the Celestial Temple. When he looked at Majin Buu, he was stunned. Demon, Majin Buu, Majin Buu, Vegeta said with a shocked look on his face. He couldn't believe that Majin Buu would appear in the Celestial Temple. Vegeta's eyes turned to the person next to Majin Buu, and then he said in shock again, Chinyu. What the hell is going on here? Why are they all in the Temple of Heaven? Chinyu looked at Vegeta, smiled calmly and said, Vegeta, you're just in time, I have something I want to discuss with you. When Vegeta saw Chinyu and Majin Buu walking towards him, he subconsciously took 2 steps back. He has not yet recovered from his confusion as to why Majin Buu appeared so safely in the Temple of Heaven. Also, aren't Chinyu and Majin Buu fighting? Why did it suddenly appear here? At this moment, Vegeta couldn't believe it. No. He couldn't even believe what he saw before his eyes. Being so close to Majin Buu undoubtedly reminded him of the fear and powerlessness of being the only one worthy of Majin Buu. Now that I see Majin Buu, I feel even more shocked. Vegeta repeatedly stopped him. Wait a minute, if you have anything to do, you can just say it right where you are. I don't want to face him. Chinyu stopped immediately, looked at Vegeta indifferently and said. Vegeta, there's no need to be so tight and long. I brought Majin Buu. Don't you think he is very different from before? It is precisely because of this that I let him come to this temple. If he is as bad as you said, then he has already turned this place into ruins. Chinyu said seriously, and Vegeta's eyes tightened. It means that you seem to understand but not understand. But he still felt a little afraid of Majin Buu. Not only that, he was sweating now. He didn't want to face Majin Buu again. No matter what Chin said, he seemed to have an unbelievable face. What are you talking about? How could I be with someone who only knows how to kill? Vegeta said in a panic. Chinyu was also a little helpless. But he has no choice. The only way to gain recognition from the world is to let the Z Warriors, or Satan. But how could Satan face Majin Buu now? In the original work, it is precisely because Satan influenced Majin Buu that Majin Buu will gradually integrate into normal people's lives. But now that Satan is nowhere to be seen, it is natural that he must first be recognized by the Z Warriors. However, Chinyu explained again and again, but they seemed to refuse to listen. It is undeniable that Majin Buu's foundation is not bad at all. The same is true in the original work. Only Kid Buu is the monster in their hearts who can only kill. Is it really necessary for Kid Buu to appear before Z Warriors can change their views on Majin Buu? However, once Kid Buu appears, it will really be the destruction of the world. At this moment, Chinyu saw that all of them were extremely panicked, and he explained again. If, as I'm about to say, you can stop Majin Buu from killing people randomly again. I'm not sure. How can I bring Majin Buu to such a solemn and sacred place casually? Piccolo looked at Chinyu with a livid face and said. So, you conquered him with your strength. As you said, once Majin Buu is destroyed again, there is really no room for us to stop it. It seems that you stopped Majin Buu this time, but this does not mean Representative Majin Buu will rebel later. It's better to kill this kind of person as soon as possible to avoid future troubles. Klin agreed from the side. Chinyu looked at Klin and said slowly. If you think so, how about leaving Majin Buu to you from now on? I won't care about what happens after that, everything will be handled by you, huh? Is Majin Buu really so easy to kill? I have already said that Majin Buu was controlled by Bafity before. Now that Bafity is dead, he has returned to his normal life. He has no intention of destroying it, and in your eyes, he is a monster who only knows how to kill. How is this different from Bafity? Hear what Chinyu said. Everyone fell into deep thought. Number 18 held his hands and slowly said, "It's up to you to handle this matter. I won't participate anyway." After saying that, Number 18 walked towards the Temple of Heaven. She has never cared about other people's business, and this matter is considered a nosy matter in her eyes. The remaining Z Warriors were undoubtedly not in deep contemplation. I just feel like what Chinyu said makes some sense. The previous Majin Buu was indeed under the control of Bafity, but after Bafity's death, Majin Buu became silent. Moreover, if Chinyu really doesn't care about this matter, everyone will be able to stop Majin Buu if he goes berserk again. Even Goku in the third phase of Super Saiyan is somewhat difficult to stop Majin Buu. Now the only one who can stop Majin Buu is Chinyu. Once he is left alone, everyone will be able to stop Majin Buu. Therefore, this mess still has to be left to Chinyu, B. But now that things have developed to this point, it's hard to agree even if you don't want to. At this moment, Vegeta folded his hands and looked at Chinyu with a proud look on his face and said, "It's not impossible, but I have a condition." "Say," Chinyu said with an indifferent expression. Then, Vegeta spoke again. "In 3 days, if he kills one person, hurts someone, or causes damage, we will not recognize his existence. Even if we send him into space or kill him, I don't want to be there anyway. The world has seen him in 3 days." Chinyu nodded firmly and said, "Okay, just 3 days. If something like what you said happens to him, I will handle it myself." Majin Buu is hiding behind Chinyu at the moment. He seemed to have a vague feeling that they didn't seem to recognize his existence. To be honest, Majin Buu is pretty miserable right now. As soon as he appears, he will be controlled by Bafity and destroy everywhere, even though he has great strength. But the destruction he did was noticed by the world. After killing Bafity, he returned to his normal life. But even so, he was still criticized by the world. In the eyes of the world, Majin Buu is a monster who only kills people. The only one who can accept it is Chinyu. Chinyu knew that he was not actually bad, but that it was Bafity who was bad. But now that Bafity is dead, Majin Buu is no longer a threat. The biggest threat is the crowding of people. But Chinyu now does not hesitate to help Majin Buu. This moved Majin Buu somewhat. After all, few people treat him like this. Not to mention Bafity, who treats Majin Buu as a tool. Either command or scold. How could Majin Buu bear this? Majin Buu also wanted to integrate into a normal life, but the world's disgust forced him to give up. But now, the appearance of Chinyu made him change his mind. Majin Buu's strength may be able to help the whole world or the universe do something. In 3 days, Chin could not guarantee what would happen to Majin Buu. There's no guarantee that the Kid Buu inside him will appear. Although Chinyu can stop it, he can't eliminate his evil symbol. At this moment, Majin Buu patted Chinyu and said, "Chinyu, do they not recognize my existence?" "What are you talking about? They just can't forget your previous actions," Chin said patiently. Majin Buu is indeed a bit scary. But now he is not going around destroying, but facing his previous opponents here. Isn't this an opportunity for change? Vegeta said with a proud look on his face at this moment. Once something unexpected happens, I want to see you send him away in person. Instead of dragging your feet and talking nonsense here. Chinyu continued. If he did it, I would definitely send him away, but if he didn't do it, I would never. Listen up, it's only 3 days. As long as it's not him, I won't stop any sudden accidents. Chinyu said firmly. But this is also undeniable. The only one here who can defeat Majin Buu is Chinyu. He is also the only one who can stop Majin Buu from destroying. Chinyu saw that everyone was in a confused state, and he spoke again. I won't care about anything that has nothing to do with Majin Buu, even if another Majin Buu appears. Piccolo looked at Chinyu, who was so determined. It also recognized the existence of Majin Buu. Well, if something unexpected happens again, even if it's another Majin Buu, let us handle the mess, but if he destroys it again, I hope you can abide by what you said. Chinyu said firmly. Good. 3 days. Chinyu couldn't guarantee whether Kid Buu would show up in 3 days. Once he appears, the whole world will fall. It's obviously not something Z Warriors can stop at that time. Naturally, Chinyu would not sit idly by. Even though he came from time travel, this place can still be regarded as his home. How could you allow him to be so destructive? Therefore, he said that he would not stop it, but he did not intend to stop it. He knows Kid Buu's strength, but Z Warriors can resist it. Kid Buu is many times stronger than Fat Majin Buu. He is the true symbol of evil. His appearance is the real disaster. However, now that Majin Buu is recognized as a warrior, it still means nothing. The most important thing is to get Satan's approval. Isn't it that Satan is much simpler? Disagree. Just give it a beating. In the original work, it was the appearance of Satan that influenced Majin Buu. Therefore, for Satan, this matter is also very simple. Vegeta, who had always been arrogant, walked up to Majin Buu and slowly said, "I hope nothing more happens." Majin Buu said helplessly, "It's so nerve-wracking, what I'm doing now isn't good enough." Chinyu smiled calmly and said, "Enough." Bulma said loudly at this moment, "Hey, how is this possible? He will definitely destroy it again. You have the strength to stop it, but what about us ordinary people?" Chinyu looked at Bulma and said, "You think your husband can't stop it? Or do you not believe in his strength?" Vegeta's face suddenly turned pale, and he naturally had no strength to stop him. He was defeated twice by Majin Buu. Thinking of this, Vegeta felt that this was Saiyan's shame. As a proud King Vegeta, how could he talk about such a shameful thing? Vegeta said angrily, Okay, stop talking. It's not too late to take a look then." Vegeta doesn't want to bring up those sad past events. "That's a shame," Bulma said again. "HMPH, we don't need you, I have Vegeta. He can stop it." Chinyu couldn't help laughing and said, "Then let Vegeta be there when the accident happens." Chinyu tried his best to suppress the joy in his heart. Although he says he has the strength to stop him now, Bulma is so determined, why not let Vegeta take the limelight? This is a great opportunity. How could Vegeta miss it like this? Although Vegeta's current strength is strong, it is still not enough to face Majin Buu. The only one who can defeat Majin Buu here now is Chinyu. Bulma hasn't seen Vegeta's failure yet. If it weren't for Goku, I don't know what Vegeta would be like now. Being killed by Majin Buu is not out of the question. Therefore, after Goku leaves, Chinyu still has to clean up the mess. Of course Chinyu is willing to take over this mess. Then let's just say that after 3 days, if any accident occurs, it will be handled by you. Within 3 days, these so-called messes will still be handed over to me. What I admit is what happened to Majin Buu, not him. I won't care about the matter. After Chinyu said this, he wanted to leave peacefully. But then, East King Kai, Gohan and Jabat appeared in the Celestial Temple. Gohan disappeared after being defeated by Majin Buu. It was Jabat who found Gohan later. When he found Gohan, Gohan was already dying. In the end, it was the appearance of Jabat that made Gohan reappear here. And when East King Kai saw Majin Buu, he was shocked again and said, Momo Mama Majin Buu. East King Kai looked panicked at this moment. He couldn't believe that Majin Buu would appear here. He's not dead yet, why does he appear here? The moment East King Kai saw Majin Buu, his mind went blank. I simply can't believe that I can be so close to Majin Buu. When I see Majin Buu, I think of Majin Buu's terrifying ability to defeat China. The powerlessness and pain of being only worthy of Majin Buu. Of course he couldn't believe it. Majin Buu will actually appear in the Celestial Temple. Naturally, he couldn't accept Majin Buu for a while. He wanted to kill Majin Buu, how could he dare to face Majin Buu like this? But now, Majin Buu appeared directly in front of him. Billions of thoughts flashed through my mind. I never expected that Majin Buu would appear here. Both Jabat and Gohan were stunned. Gohan couldn't believe that Majin Buu would appear here. This is the Temple of Heaven. Chinyu can still understand here, but what is the reason for Majin Buu to appear here? Is it to destroy? Gohan said in a fighting stance. Chinyu, get out of the way, I'll be careful not to hurt you accidentally. Chinyu stood in front of Majin Buu. Gohan was immediately stunned and said, What are you doing? Get out of the way quickly. He is very powerful, even I am no match for him. ... Chinyu smiled calmly and said, Gohan, you may not understand yet. Majin Buu is not as evil as you think. He was originally. Before he finished speaking, East King Kai interrupted. Whatever is evil or not, he is the devil. Have you forgotten what I told you? He was the one who killed North King Kai back then. Even the four Supreme Kais like us couldn't restrain him. Isn't this evil? Chinyu said with a serious face at this moment. According to what you said, why can I stop it? Besides, you are still gods. Even your gods can't stop it. Why can I stop it? The words fell. East King Kai, Jebet, and Gohan were all confused. Chinyu's words mean that he can defeat Majin Buu. How is this possible? How could the four Supreme Kai restrain Majin Buu? How could he, an ordinary person, restrain Majin Buu? Majin Buu naturally couldn't believe this. Moreover, the North King Kai among them was killed by Majin Buu. There is no room for any obstruction. They still believe what Chinyu said. Jabet looked at Chinyu with a cold face and said loudly. Stop talking big words. Ordinary people will pay a price for saying such things. Just you're like beating Majin Buu. Get out of the way quickly, otherwise we won't be polite. Chinyu sneered and said. Do you think you can defeat Majin Buu now? Didn't you learn a lesson from the previous defeat? Haven't you ever thought about why you can appear here now? It's you so-called gods who rely on your status to act unscrupulously in the lower world. You talk about how powerful Majin Buu is. That's just because you are too weak. Jabet said angrily. How dare you talk to God? How can God be violated by an ordinary person like you? Chinyu looked at Jabet with a calm face and said. Oh, so you have a plan to stop Majin Buu. Why don't you tell us about it? The so-called gods are like you. Then I would rather not need the blessing of gods. If every god wants to be like you, then what's the role of God? Do you mean to use the so-called excuse of protecting the world to slander others? This is God. This is the God you fear. As he spoke, Chinyu looked at everyone. Gohan was stunned at this moment and slowly said. Chinyu, you have no idea of Majin Buu's strength. At that time, he was destroying everywhere, and the whole world almost fell. Hear the words. Majin Buu now emits white smoke. Obviously, he was angry. Majin Buu was about to step forward at this moment, but was stopped by Chinyu. Chinyu whispered, Don't be angry. Majin Buu can only go backwards now. But East King Kai and Jabet still looked dissatisfied. Piccolo stepped forward at this time and said, Sir Supreme Kai, as Chinyu said, Majin Buu is indeed not a symbol of evil, it is just what we think in our hearts. After Bafity died, Majin Buu didn't do anything destructive. He was obviously adapting slowly. Gohan frowned and looked at Piccolo and said slowly, Wait, you said Buddy is dead. Piccolo nodded and said, Did Majin Buu kill him? East King Kai and others were stunned again. Majin Buu actually killed Bafity. This is somewhat unbelievable. East King Kai spoke again. If that doesn't work, what if he rebels again one day? After Piccolo told East King Kai everything about what happened, East King Kai seemed to be stunned. In their eyes, unless Majin Buu is killed, he will always be a scourge in this world. This is Majin Buu, how can it be as good as they say? East King Kai seemed to be in a mood swing, he shouted. No, absolutely not. Majin Buu is so powerful that leaving him behind will always be a disaster. The whole world will fall by then. Jabet also said at this time. You don't know something. You are indeed powerful now. Even Majin Buu can suppress it easily. But you didn't expect what will happen to Majin Buu in the future. Leaving him behind will always be a scourge in the world. Get rid of him quickly. Gohan's Chinyu was not as excited as them. He slowly walked towards Chinyu and said. Oh, so that's what happened, Jabet said again. In less than 3 days, he will definitely rebel. Get rid of him quickly. Chinyu looked indifferent, but he was a little dissatisfied with God's theory and said. Since what you say is so nice, why don't Majin Buu leave it to you to solve the problem? It just so happens that I also saved a lot of time. Speaking of this, East King Kai suddenly panicked. How could he dare to face Majin Buu now? You are the one who can solve Majin Buu here. If you don't solve it, let us do it. East King Kai's tone seemed to be giving an order. Even if he is a god, why would Chinyu put him in his eyes? Chinyu looked at the two of them and said, "Two idiots, you don't know what is good and what is bad, you are the frog in the well. To put it bluntly, you are just afraid that as a god, you would let an ordinary person solve it, so what is the meaning of your presence here? Is this where you are talking about the theory you are talking about? Is this like a begging tone?" At this moment, the Z Warriors were all lost in thought. It just feels like the aura surrounding Chinyu is getting stronger and stronger. None of them dared to step forward to stop him. But East Kaiowin and Gebet were not afraid of death and were still confronting Chinyu. East King Kai pointed at Chinyu and said, "Please pay attention to your words. How do you talk to God? Without us, how could you be so safe now?" Chinyu sneered and said, "If this time we are all because of your God's words, then I would rather not do it. This is the first time I've seen a god be so bullying. If you could defeat Majin Buu, you wouldn't talk to me like this." Chinyu's face was solemn, and his words revealed a bit of cold murderous intent. Jabet sensed Chinyu's murderous intent, and he said angrily, "Mortals, take back your murderous intent. This is disrespectful to God. Talking so nonsense and being arrogant is a capital crime." Chinyu snorted coldly and said, "Huh. What can gods do? If every god in the universe is as incompetent as you, then what meaning does the existence of gods have?" "Bold," Jabet shouted angrily. "What? I hope you can do it. I, Chinyu, still want to kill gods one day." Chinyu slowly walked towards East King Kai. East King Kai retreats one after another. Z soldiers are too scared to speak now. It's just that Chinyu's murderous aura is getting stronger and stronger. Originally, everything had been settled, but the appearance of East King Kai brought the matter back to its previous state. They know Chinyu's strength. If Chinyu breaks out, the entire celestial temple will be reduced to ruins. However, Chin was not conscious. He's just acting like this to scare East King Kai. But East King Kai is also unfazed. East King Kai said with a frightened look, What do you want to do?" Chinyu slowly walked towards East King Kai and Jabet, and said, "This is God. How can God be so bullying? Even a Majin Buu can't solve it, but he wants us ordinary people to solve it. Are these your supreme gods? Don't think that the world will stop functioning without you gods. It's not because you are powerful enough. In my eyes, you are just a monkey who can only chew your tongue. How can you let me do things for you? Piccolo has already made things very clear. Whatever happens within 3 days will be resolved by me, not now. In the eyes of your so-called gods, we ordinary people are just tools for your use." Chinyu kept pushing towards East King Kai and Jabet. The two of them suddenly panicked. They know how powerful Chinyu is. Even Majin Buu can win easily, so defeating them will not be a problem. Moreover, Chinyu's tone didn't sound like he was joking, but he was extremely serious. Although Chinyu had always kept a low profile and remained silent before, this was not the reason why they did not trample on Chinyu at will. On the contrary, it is those so-called gods who continue to ridicule indiscriminately. This is not only a matter of dignity, but also rubbing the posture of God on the ground. A god actually asks an ordinary person to go through a difficult time. So what is the meaning of God's existence? Is it just for the world to worship? Is this the reason why God is so proud? Obviously not. Chinyu couldn't stand their pretentiousness. At this moment, Chinyu spoke again. "Isn't it because you are not strong enough that you are using Gohan? It's good now, after finally defeating Majin Buu, you so-called gods actually say such things. Is it true that in the eyes of your gods, Majin Buu is evil? Symbol. Isn't it because you have no strength? It's because you have no strength that Majin Buu said so terrifyingly." As he spoke, a light bullet gathered in the palm of Chinyu's hand. East King Kai's face was as pale as the bottom of a pot. He couldn't believe that a mortal would actually take action against him. However, seeing Chinyu looking so serious, he finally lied. You actually want to take action against God?" Chinyu sneered and said, "I'd like to see what it's like to kill a god." Gohan shouted loudly at this moment. "Chinyu, stop it. Lord Supreme Kai is also doing it for the whole world. Although what they said is a bit unpleasant, they still saved me." Seeing the murderous Chinyu, Wu 1.8 fan quickly stopped him. Chinyu looked at Gohan with tight eyes and said, "Gohan, you and I are classmates. You should know how to be courteous and respectful to each other." No matter how high or low you are, if you are polite to me, I will naturally be polite to you. Aren't people equal to each other? Is it because of such a so-called God, he has to be aloof? He demands everything from us ordinary people, so it is better to kill such a weak God. Chinyu looked indifferent, but the light bullet in his hand did not dissipate but became more and more intense. Gohan was also speechless at this moment. But Chinyu's killing intent became more and more solemn. Vegeta saw this and said with a proud look, HMPH, Gohan, why are you the same as Kakarot? This can't go on like this. However, what Chinyu said seems to make sense. Gods demand us mortals, so what is the meaning of God's existence? Let him stay, and I will definitely become stronger. Killing him will not be a problem by then. You gods are talking too much, and I can't stop you. Everyone stood there and did not dare to move. After all, Chinyu's murderous intention is too strong now. None of them dared to step forward to stop him. However, the Z Warriors now think that East King Kai has gone too far. If they hadn't been able to say it, Chin wouldn't have been so angry. They could vaguely feel that if the light bullet in Chinyu's hand was released, the entire Tianshan temple would be destroyed. But who can stop Chinyu now? Chinyu is very powerful, even Majin Buu can easily defeat him. None of the Z fighters could take down Majin Buu. They also had to submit to Chinyu's strength. At this moment, Piccolo looked at everyone for a moment and said, I think that if it hadn't been for Bafity from the beginning, Majin Buu would not have launched an attack on us. After being trapped for 5 million years, anyone who wants to fight as soon as they come up must have some difficult reasons behind it. You have also seen what happened after that. After Majin Buu killed Bafity, Majin Buu stopped moving. After that, there was a battle between Chinyu and Majin Buu. Chinyu came here mainly to show that Majin Buu had nothing to do. Evil intention. Is not it? Everyone heard this. I just think there is some truth to what Piccolo said. Chinyu came this time and explained all the many things clearly. Just to show that Majin Buu has no ill intentions. But East King Kai still looked confused. Although he was panicking now, he still insisted on his theory and thought that he had done nothing wrong. But in Chinyu's view, everything they did was stupid. It was not easy to comfort Majin Buu. Do you have to turn things upside down? Z soldiers now also feel that the murderous intention in Chinyu is getting stronger and stronger. Once this light bomb is released, the celestial temple will fall. Chinyu is still somewhat rational now. He obviously wouldn't be able to release the sword light bullet like this. Now this is just to scare East King Kai. But what he didn't expect was that East King Kai seemed to be scared and fainted. What Piccolo said made Klin have a bold idea in his heart. He said calmly, so, as long as we don't provoke Majin Buu will not attack us. So when Supreme Kai-sama and Majin Buu fought, was it because Supreme Kai deliberately provoked him and caused trouble? Speaking of this, many people looked suspicious. Majin Buu definitely didn't want to fight at the beginning. After all, he has been trapped for 5 million years, who wants to fight as soon as he comes out? However, he was controlled by Bafity and had to fight. But in this way, in the end, it was East King Kai who took the initiative to provoke Majin Buu, which caused Majin Buu to go berserk like this. But now, isn't Majin Buu just like a normal person? The reason why I almost went berserk at that time was because of East King Kai. At this moment, Chinyu looked at East King Kai and jabbed and said, what, you dare not admit it? In the final analysis, it's all because you weak gods know that you don't have the strength to defeat Majin Buu, so you leave these messes to us to clean up. East King Kai was speechless. Jabbit hesitated and said, please take back your stupid thoughts. As gods, how can we provoke a devil? Chinyu continued, oh, so, it's all our fault. Then why don't you stay in the god realm and come to the lower world? What's the point of coming here? Is it because you are talking behind your back and causing Majin Buu to go berserk? The light bullet was destroyed in Chinyu's hands, and there was no need to scare them now. Chinyu said again, as a supreme god, it's ridiculous to be scared like this by a mortal. I think you should go back early. I can handle the things here. I, Chinyu, will be in charge of everything that happens within 3 days. What did you so-called gods do here? Stop Majin Buu. And finally, I haven't solved all this yet. To put it bluntly, you just don't have the strength. Weakness is the original sin. Jabat suddenly became furious and said, "Please take back your arrogant tone, mortal. God is not something you can trample on casually." Chinyu smiled calmly and said, "Ridiculous. Gods are nothing more than that. If every god is as incompetent as you, we don't need God's blessing at all." Piccolo noticed at this time that Chinyu's tone seemed a bit excessive. He quickly stopped and said, "Chinyu, that's enough. Since you are in the Temple of Heaven now, you must not be so presumptuous. Sir Supreme Kai, if you insist on doing this, then I have no choice. Death or destruction, life and death are all in Chinyu's hands. The only thing I can do is to stop it. Whether we can prevent success depends on Chinyu." The words fell. The only thing Piccolo can do now is to dissuade Chinyu. But whether Chinyu can listen is another matter. Supreme Kai is helpless now. After all, what he can say now has been said. The only way is to hope Majin Buu doesn't go around causing havoc. But now that I think about it, with Chinyu here, Majin Buu seems to be unable to go berserk. They also know Chinyu's strength now. It's all in the eyes. It's up to Chinyu to stop it. Now that Goku is gone, the only one who can fight Majin Buu is Chinyu. But Chinyu has now conquered Majin Buu. After listening to what Chinyu said, they all now feel that Majin Buu is not that bad. Instead, he looks more like an ordinary person. As long as he doesn't do any more damage, his strength is still somewhat useful. But under the pressure of Supreme Kai, Majin Buu also almost went berserk. If it weren't for Chinyu's presence, I don't know what would have happened. Moreover, everyone also heard the scene of Majin Buu being angry just now. It seems that East King Kai's constant teasing makes him angry. Could it be that the battle 5 million years ago was really caused by Majin Buu? They can't believe it now. But he had to believe in Chinyu's strength. With Chinyu here, Majin Buu will naturally not have any trouble again. At this moment, Vegeta snorted coldly and said, "HMPH, can't you handle such a small thing? In my opinion, whether Majin Buu is good or bad has nothing to do with me. It's you gods instead. Without any strength, all these things will be dumped on us. I don't feel anything about Majin Buu's existence. I will definitely defeat him in the future. He's not a threat anyway, so it's better to leave him here." A moment after he finished speaking, Vegeta stopped caring about the matter. In his eyes, although Majin Buu has strength, he will not cause trouble if no one provokes him. On the contrary, it was East King Kai who almost made Majin Buu go berserk with his constant teasing. This is one of the main reasons. Chinyu's strength is very strong, which is undeniable. But he will not bully others at will because of his own strength. Even Majin Buu, who is extremely evil in the eyes of many people, is actually just a controlled person in Chinyu's eyes. He didn't mean anything malicious, he just wanted to get rid of that kind of control. Now that Bafity is dead, the previous shackles have long since been shaken off. He also wants to return to a normal life. But the world continues to exclude him. If it weren't for Chinyu, Majin Buu might have gone berserk now. Kid Buu in the body may follow. Then it won't be as scary as destroying a city. But it destroyed the whole world. He naturally knows the strength of little Majin Buu. Once he appears, it will be the end. At this moment, Chinyu didn't want to talk too much with them here. "I don't have much time to spend here with you now. If you are unwilling to keep Majin Buu, then just defeat him. I will never interfere. Until I can't defeat him, please shut up Supreme Kai. Get down to business, Lord Supreme Kai. Let's go." After saying that, Chin hurriedly left with Majin Buu. After Chinyu left, all Z warriors looked at East King Kai and Jabat attentively. They just felt that East King Kai was causing trouble this time. The Z soldiers can feel the power of the light bullet in Chinyu's hand. If it were released, the entire celestial temple would be destroyed. Fortunately, Chinyu finally took control. Otherwise, that attack would be much more terrifying than Majin Buu's attack. However, after Chinyu leaves, the next step will be East King Kai. Although he is said to be a god, as Chinyu said, if a god does not even have the responsibility to protect the world, then what is the meaning of his existence? After listening to Chinyu's words, they all now feel that what Chinyu said seems to make sense. Since a god has fallen into the trap of borrowing the power of mortals, how weak is this god? To put it bluntly, it's just food. If God had great power, he would have solved it as early as the moment Majin Buu appeared. Now that Chinyu is gone, East King Kai will be next. He still feels that Majin Buu's presence will bring hidden dangers. After all, Majin Buu is so powerful, what if he starts to rebel one day? Although Chinyu was beside him, East King Kai still felt a little uneasy. Immediately, he looked at the Z Warriors and said, "Listen, Majin Buu is very likely to destroy it again, you still have to be careful. And the so-called Chinyu, maybe he is Majin Buu's accomplice. You must pay attention." Vegeta's eyes tightened and he looked at East King Kai and said angrily, "You still don't understand. If it weren't for you, would all of this be like this? Why does Majin Buu become so terrifying in your mouth? You saw it in your eyes just now. How is Majin Buu? He almost got angry because of you. Aren't you dissatisfied? A god who can only borrow the power of mortals is worthy of being named God." Vegeta also couldn't stand it anymore. A series of things happened when Chinyu was here. As long as you don't sleep with the blind man, no. But even a blind person can hear it. But Supreme Kai still uses this sword to sow discord. Is this God's way? Hearing what East King Kai said, Vegeta naturally couldn't help it. Having said that, he simply couldn't believe that East King Kai had any great potential. This time, it seems that it really is. Defeating Majin Buu is a mortal matter. So what else does he need to protect the world? Why can't mortals protect the safety of the world by themselves? What is the meaning of God's existence? Are you just here to point fingers? For such a god, it's okay to just ask for it. Vegeta naturally disdained such a weak god. If he had the strength, could he still get rid of mortals? Gohan saw that his anger was particularly serious at this time, and he immediately laughed and said, "Hehe, Supreme Kai-sama also wants to deal with Majin Buu. He also helped me, didn't he? Oh, don't be so rigid, everyone." Vegeta looked at Gohan at this moment and said, "You still have the nerve to say it. If you had strength, would you be saved by him? You just study all day long. Don't you know the symbol of our fighting nation? Your body will get rusty if you keep doing this." Gohan whispered to Vegeta, "But, I heard from Klin that you were also saved once by my father." Vegeta was stunned for a moment, and then he crossed his hands angrily. As Prince Saiyan, it is natural not to mention this matter again. This incident was simply a shame for Vegeta. Naturally, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Vegeta also looked helpless now. East King Kai and Gebet feel that their existence is a bit redundant. Except for Gohan, they don't seem to treat me like they are here. East King Kai lowered his head and said helplessly, "Okay then, it's up to you to execute the next thing. The only thing I can do now is to stop it, but you don't seem to want to see us too, so we can only return to the Supreme Kai world. Once Majin Buu loses his mind, we will come to stop him." East King Kai also means vowing to take down Majin Buu. After all, in his consciousness, how terrifying Majin Buu is. He tried to stop it with good intentions, but in the end he was just a clown. He was actually given an angry beating by a mortal. There is no way, now I can only admit that he lives in the lower world. I just hope there won't be any accidents. He knew Chinyu's strength, even if he could stop Majin Buu, but he couldn't believe that he could really stop it. After all, he doesn't know what he will do to Majin Buu even if he is protecting Majin Buu so much. There is no other way, I can only hope that Majin Buu will not be angry. Otherwise, Supreme Kai really doesn't have the strength to stop it. East King Kai came this time to prevent Majin Buu from appearing. Although it was said that the prevention was not successful, but after seeing these 10 scenes, I was naturally unwilling to accept it. However, even if Chinyu can defeat Majin Buu, it will not matter to Chinyu. Facing Chinyu's ridicule, as East King Kai, he was naturally a little unwilling. It's just that if you want to blame it, it's his lack of strength. Probably not even a Saiyan can beat him. Which god can withstand such ridicule? East King Kai also has no strength, he knows Chinyu's strength. If he had strong strength, the scene before him would not have happened. That was sorted out way back when Majin Buu showed up. It won't be delayed until now. Of course, he was still a little wary of Chinyu's strength and experience. Chinyu's strength can defeat Majin Buu. then his strength can be said to be the most powerful existence today. Although East King Kai did not see it with his own eyes, it is not difficult to see from Majin Buu how powerful Chinyu is. What he is most worried about now is whether Majin Buu will go berserk. If Majin Buu goes berserk, he can't guarantee whether Chin can defeat him. He had never met Chinyu's strength, so naturally he had some doubts. However, Vegeta sees Chinyu's strength. He longed for the kind of power Chinyu had. But you can't get it, which is also the hardest thing. He longs to transform into Daohong, only in this way can he win the battle. Vegeta's lifelong dream now is to defeat Goku one day. But Goku was ahead of him every time. Even though Goku is dead, his strength remains undiminished. On the contrary, it can transform into 3. Needless to say, defeating Majin Buu. However, with Chinyu around, he would not be allowed to mess around in the city. He knew Majin Buu's strength. The only one who can stop Majin Buu now is Chinyu. Chinyu can restrain Majin Buu, so naturally he will not let him destroy it because of his existence. The only thing Chinyu can do now is to let Majin Buu gain recognition from the world. Z Warriors have now recognized the existence of Majin Buu. Then the next step is the recognition of the world. Chinyu took Majin Buu to a deserted place. Majin Buu looked at Chinyu stupidly and slowly said, "Chinyu, what are we doing here? Are we going to fight again? If that's the case, I can't wait." Chinyu looked at Majin Buu and said with a smile, "What are you thinking? You've been fighting for so long and you're still not satisfied." Majin Buu said helplessly, "Chinyu, don't they like me? Or is it because I look so scary?" Chinyu smiled calmly and said, "How is it possible? They have already recognized your existence. Then East King Kai is the frog in the well. Ignore him, he is just a useless god." Majin Buu continued, "But I see something wrong with their expressions. Do they really not like me?" Chinyu said calmly, "Don't think too much, I will take you to meet someone." This time, Qin Wang chose to take Majin Buu to meet a person who attracted worldwide attention. It has been recognized by everyone in the world. The next step is Satan. As Chinyu's future father-in-law, Satan should agree. Moreover, Satan also knew how strong Chinyu was. They had already seen Chinyu's strength during the martial arts competition. Chapter 111, Celestial Temple. Dad, Gohan talks to Goku with his mind. "Gohan, what's going on? Did Majin Buu sabotage it?" Goku said hurriedly. After he left, he didn't know what happened to the earth. But he could feel Majin Buu's breath from time to time. "Don't know why. Now you can only talk to Gohan to confirm." Gohan replied at this time. "No, Majin Buu has now been defeated by Chinyu, and we have now agreed that he can live on Earth, so you don't have to worry, Dad." The moment he finished speaking, Goku said with a shocked face, "What? Chinyu defeated Majin Buu? He is still living on Earth?" Goku couldn't believe it. He knew that Chinyu could defeat Majin Buu with his strength, but he couldn't believe that he still wanted to live on Earth. Is he going to live a normal life now? This is somewhat unbelievable. In Goku's eyes, although Chinyu's strength is said to be able to defeat Majin Buu, everyone will not admit that Majin Buu lives on Earth. What the hell does this happen? Goku couldn't believe it. Then he asked again, "Gohan, what is going on? How can you let him live on Earth?" It's a long story. Gohan didn't know what to say for a while, and then he continued. Chinyu said, "Majin Buu is not actually bad, he was just controlled by Bafity before." Quote. Hearing this, Goku seemed to understand but not understand. So that's what happened. Majin Buu is not like what you see. Now that he has changed for the better, don't let him destroy it again, otherwise I will still stop him. Well, okay, don't worry, Dad, with Chinyu here, Majin Buu will never be presumptuous. Gohan said patiently. The words fell. Gohan also started practicing. When he saw Majin Buu's powerful strength, he also knew that it was time for him to practice. His classmates are so strong, how can Gohan be slower? Although Gohan's current strength is strong, it is still much worse than Chinyu. However, since the two are classmates, the next practice will naturally be easier. Gohan also wants to know how Chinyu cultivated to achieve such a powerful experience. With such strength, even Goku and Vegeta are no match. One can only imagine how powerful Chinyu is. With such a classmate, Gohan is not proud. He just continues to practice towards Chinyu's goal. Now both men's identities have been revealed. Gohan's identity had already been exposed during the martial arts tournament. The same is true for Chinyu. When Shibubichi and Yamu appeared, Chinyu's identity was exposed. I'm afraid it will be a little difficult to go to school next. That will definitely attract a lot of people's attention. The big hero goes to school. Isn't this a joke? Gohan now knows Chinyu's true strength. Next, he will also start practicing in the direction of Chinyu. Gohan muttered alone. Okay, let's practice hard next. Uncle Vegeta said that if I don't practice, my body will really get rusty. Let's leave the study behind. Saiyan still needs to practice hard. Chinyu's strength is so strong. I feel like I'm still standing still. Is it really because studying has delayed my cultivation? But Chinyu is not only good at studying, but he is also so strong. I really want to know how he cultivates. The words have fallen. Gohan started practicing. He doesn't want to be looked down upon by others. A Majin Buu can see the strength of many people. Z soldiers are all helpless. Only his contemporary Chinyu finally defeated Majin Buu. Obviously, there is no doubt about Chinyu's strength. In the end, it is enough to practice towards Chinyu's strength. Not to mention Gohan, even Vegeta is particularly eager for Chinyu's experience. He desires to obtain Rosé and thereby surpass Goku. But no matter how hard he practices, he still can't transform into Dao Hong. There is no other way, Vegeta can only practice further. Otherwise, he will never be able to surpass Goku. Vegeta also now knows how powerful Goku is. Now it seems that he was so eager to fight Goku before, how much he looked like a clown. Vegeta can only transform into the second stage of Super Saiyan now, and even its full power is not as good as Super Saiyan 1/2. However, Vegeta's current goal is not to reach Super 3, but to be pink. He saw the horror of Chinyu's transformation into Dao Hong. That power is above all things and mine. Vegeta was very eager. He knows that only by transforming into pink can he defeat Goku. If he could learn the third stage of Super Saiyan now, Goku would already be able to transform into new forms. At that time, he will still be the second child in 10,000 years. However, Chindui's strength is the same as the next day. But Vegeta is always the second best. This is also defined on the basis of Saiyan, and Chinyu is also half Saiyan. He was not Saiyan in the first place, just an ordinary person. Only by chance can he transform into Saiyan. So, Vegeta is still the second child. It's probably very difficult to surpass the current Goku. There is no doubt about Goku's current strength. Super Saiyan can be evenly matched with Majin Buu in the third stage. If he were stronger, he would probably have to defeat Majin Buu. How could Vegeta swallow this breath? But Chinyu is much better than Majin Buu. Rosé is even more powerful than the third stage of Super Saiyan. It seems that Vegeta is still very eager to transform into pink. After all, Rosé is already on top of Super Saiyan. Dao Hong is infinitely close to the existence of God. But he can also be said to be a demigod. After all, pink is also a transformation from God. Its strength is even closer to the existence of God. However, now under the Chinyu pink, if Ultra Instinct is added, it is already the existence of God. I'm afraid it can be compared with gods of destruction Beerus. King Kai. East Kaio uses his thoughts to talk to Gohan. Of course, the speaker is also Goku. When the words fall, the king of East Kai was also a little confused. He knew exactly who defeated Majin Buu. I can't believe that there are still such powerful people on Earth. After all, not even Goku, the most powerful single warrior on Earth, can guarantee a 100% victory over Majin Buu. He actually crushed Majin Buu. At this moment, the East Kaiwang asked with a puzzled look. Who is he? You can actually defeat Majin Buu. Goku touched the back of his head and said slowly. He is Gohan's classmate and a junior, but he is very powerful. Even Vegeta and I are no match for him. The king of the Eastern Realm was stunned and said. Is he so powerful? Goku nodded. Naturally, the king of East Kai couldn't believe it for a moment. A junior actually has such great strength. I thought Goku was already very powerful. It wasn't until Chin's appearance that he realized that there were even more terrifying beings in this world than him. You know, Goku can't see the strong. As soon as I see a strong man, I want to fight him. But this time, Goku failed and returned. In the past, even if he transformed into the third stage of Saiyan, he still couldn't meet Chin Sharing. From this we can see how powerful Chinyu is. Goku just wants to defeat Chinyu, while Vegeta wants to get as powerful as Chinyu. However, if Goku can defeat Chinyu, Vegeta still has no chance. To put it bluntly, he is the second child of 10,000 years. But this still can't stop Vegeta's ambition. Even though he knew he couldn't defeat Goku, he still tried his best to fight Goku. In the end it's still a blank piece of paper. It's not that Goku doesn't want to fight Vegeta, but that he wants to deal with the matter at hand. Goku also hopes to have a winner with Vegeta. But now, Goku has returned to the underworld. The battle has ended long ago. Majin Buu has gradually integrated into normal life. Is peace in the world coming? No. City center. Chinyu and Majin Buu have arrived at Mr. Satan's villa. Chinyu, where is this? Majin Buu asked in confusion. Chinyu replied calmly, you will know later, I will take you to meet someone. Because the guards outside the door all know who Chinyu is. Just let Chinyu in. They walked through the long corridor, and Satan Butler was at the door at this time. Mr. Chinyu, Satan Butler said with a slight bow. I want to see Mr. Satan. Chinyu looked at Butler Satan and said. Satan's butler pointed the way. Follow me, this person next to you is Majin Buu, Chinyu said firmly. Butler Satan was immediately confused. Although he said he had never seen Majin Buu's true face, he still remembered the name Majin Buu. This is the invincible king of destruction. A person who makes countless people feel afraid. Now he actually appears in the city. Butler couldn't believe it for a moment. Majin Buu is so close to him now. Don't worry, he won't hurt anyone, Chinyu said looking at the Satan Butler on the ground. Butler Satan also stood up slowly. He watched Majin Buu retreat one after another, breaking into a cold sweat. He is still a little afraid of Majin Buu, but he doesn't know why Chinyu is not afraid. Instead, he is so close to Majin Buu. Aren't you afraid of this? Come with me, he said tremblingly. He was very scared now. Not long, they walked into Satan's office. The Satan Butler immediately spoke. Mr. Satan, Chinyu is here to meet you. He also has a rare visitor with him. Satan sat on a chair, holding a goblet in his hand, and said, oh, rare guest, let me see. When he turned around, he fell to the ground from his chair. He couldn't believe it, his eyes were full of fear. Momo, Majin Buu. Seeing Satan in such a panic, Chinyu immediately said, Mr. Satan, don't worry, he won't hurt anyone. He's a normal human being like us now. It's just that he is a little evil in the eyes of the world. Hear the words. Satan is still a little panicked. After all, he is also Majin Buu. How could it possibly get better like this? Besides, what's the point of him coming here? Satan asked with a panicked look on his face. Then, why did you bring him here? Can I still help him? Chinyu laughed and said. Exactly, you, the great hero, are the only one who can help him. Only you can help Majin Buu. Satan still couldn't believe it. How could he still help Majin Buu? It's okay to say that he is a great hero, and he admits this. But what he doesn't admit is that he can't help Majin Buu. Now I want to hide when I see Majin Buu. Let alone help him. What strength can I have to help him? What do you mean? Satan said hesitantly. Naturally, he couldn't believe that he could help Majin Buu. How can his little strength help Majin Buu? I can only watch from behind. Moreover, Majin Buu has great strength, doesn't he help himself? The most important thing, why can Chinyu get so close to Majin Buu? Is Majin Buu really like Chinyu said, he has changed for the better? Satan was still a little skeptical. After all, Majin Buu's strength is completely beyond his reach. Then, Chinyu spoke again. Don't you want to know why Majin Buu appears next to me? Satan nodded quickly and then returned to his position. Chinyu waved his hand and signaled Satan Butler to leave. Satan's butler was so frightened that he immediately rushed out of Satan's office. He couldn't believe that Majin Buu would appear in front of him. The west where they are now is considered safe. If the place where they fought was close to Exodus, it would have been destroyed long ago. After seeing the Satan butler leave, Chinyu said, Majin Buu is not what you think. He has been trapped for 5 million years. Does he want to fight when he appears? The so-called Revenge Society, he was controlled by Bafity as soon as he appeared. In the end, I defeated him and he became what he is now. Satan also seems to understand but not understand. In his mind, Majin Buu is a symbol of evil. But in the original work, he was the one who influenced Majin Buu. In fact, Majin Buu is not so bad. Chinyu is also very sure of this. Satan said with a confused look on his face. Then how can I help him? Satan is very sober, and he does not give a lot of reasons like East King Kai. I don't know if he was scared or something. Satan is now just thinking about how he can help Majin Buu. Looking at Majin Buu's silly look, he knew it clearly. Majin Buu doesn't look so bad after all. The only bad thing is those people's small-mindedness. At this moment, Chinyu looked at Majin Buu with a calm face and said, "You have now recognized the existence of Majin Buu. You also know that Majin Buu is not actually bad, so you just need to tell the world that Majin Buu is not as bad as they think." Satan pointed at himself. Satan couldn't believe that he had to solve this kind of thing. Chinyu continued, "With your influence, accomplishing this will definitely not be a problem. Of course such a great thing must be solved by you." Hear the words. Satan became proud again. When it comes to greatness, he has to pretend. He stood up now and proudly put his hands on his waist. Chinyu was speechless. Every time he is said to be great or a great hero, he will assume this attitude. Chinyu has long been used to it. But what I didn't expect was, Satan is not afraid of Majin Buu anymore. This is a good thing. Of course, Majin Buu also looks indifferent now. He just wants to live a normal life like before. But when this happened, he had to live in seclusion. But now that there is Satan, that method is no longer an option. Then, Majin Buu will be left to you. Seeing such a proud Satan, Chinyu said slowly, "Don't worry, as long as I'm here, I will definitely teach him how to live." Satan said firmly. "By the way, Chinyu, come here." Satan waved his hand. Chinyu walked up to Satan. Then, Satan said in Chinyu's ear, "Where have you been during this time? Vital is worried to death. I've been clamoring to see you, but there's nothing I can do about it. I can't find you where you are. It's a good idea now. You're hanging out with him. What does this make Vital think?" Chinyu whispered, "Don't worry, I'll go see her in a few days. I haven't seen her for a long time. I still have things to do these days. It can only be postponed for a few days." Satan continued, "Hurry up, or Vital will worry again." Chinyu said, "Just tell him that I am fine and reassure her that I will come to him in a few days." After a moment, Chinyu came to Majin Buu and said, "Buu, you stay here first. Remember, don't get into trouble. Satan is a very nice person, maybe you can become good friends." Majin Buu said with a confused look, "A good friend? What is a good friend?" Chinyu explained, "ENMMM. It's just two people playing some fun things with each other and eating delicious food. This is what a good friend is." Majin Buu still looked confused. "Is this a good friend?" Chinyu nodded and said, "Well, you are here now, I will come back to you in a few days. Remember, no matter what happens, don't take action." Majin Buu nodded. He seems to understand now. After all, without Bafity, he wanted to integrate into a normal life. But he didn't expect that Chinyu would help him so patiently. What is this for? However, with Chinyu and Satan, Majin Buu's face gradually showed a smile. "Then I'll leave first, Mr. Satan, I'll leave it to you for the next few days," Chinyu said while looking at Satan. "Don't worry, leave it to me, I won't let him take action." Satan came to Majin Buu's side. Chinyu also walked out. Satan is relatively easy to talk to. Not like East King Kai. The only thing Chinyu can do now is to let Majin Buu stay with Satan. After all, he still believed in Satan's ability and would definitely be able to teach Majin Buu well. It is not impossible to let Majin Buu stay with Chinyu. Although Majin Buu listens to Chinyu very much now, he will definitely get angry. If Kid Buu doesn't appear in 3 days, he will have to stay with Satan. "Thank you for your hard work, Satan." Although Satan likes to show off, he also likes to pretend. But in terms of influencing people, not even God can compare with him. The only thing he can do now is to control Majin Buu. If Kid Buu shows up 3 days later, Chinyu will say don't care. But he'll still take care of it. After all, Kid Buu is far more powerful than them. Only Chinyu can fight Kid Buu. Moreover, Chinyu also knew that Kid Buu would definitely appear. It's just that the time hasn't come yet. When the time comes, Majin Buu becomes uncontrollable and, 543, Kid Buu appears. That's when it's the end. Chinyu also needs to practice hard now. The energy he consumed before has not yet been replenished. After returning home, Chinyu looked outside and inside the house and sighed. Oh, I haven't been home for a long time, and it's turned into this. I need to clean it up. Chinyu has not been back since the beginning of the martial arts tournament. This time I finally returned home, and it was like a completely different place. The most important thing right now is cultivation. Although he hasn't used Ultra Instinct yet, he knows its power. Also, Ultra Instinct is not needed at all to deal with Majin Buu. Rosé is enough. Even Kaioken seems a bit redundant. There is no way Tao Hong can be said to be a demigod. Of course they can't face it. Moreover, Pink alone is already superior to everything in the world. Even Kaioken is like that. Chinyu's strength will soon be revealed tenfold as Kaioken. Even Goku can't use it now. One can imagine how powerful Chinyu is now. Chinyu walks towards the spiritual time room. It has not been used for a long time and is already covered with dust. Chinyu scanned it and saw that the country was full of my king. But this does not affect the use. Chinyu took out the fairy beans he obtained. 10 fairy beans are enough. But now it's just a matter of recovering the energy expended. It wasn't like he was seriously injured. So, it's better to keep some fairy beans. Chinyu walked into the spiritual time room and started practicing. Of course, in this situation, it is natural to practice hard. Although Chinyu is already strong enough, he cannot delay his cultivation. A person as powerful as Goku doesn't long for more power. The same goes for Chinyu. Therefore, cultivation cannot be delayed. Chinyu turns on gravity. Buzz. 50 times the force of gravity crashed down. Chinyu began to practice despite the pressure. Not long. Chinyu walked out of the spiritual time room. He was sweating now. Chinyu took off his clothes, and then a figure came quickly from the direction of Chinyu. Chinyu's eyes tightened. Chinyu, Chinyu. After hearing the sound, Chinyu knew who was coming. It's Gohan. Gohan. Chinyu was stunned. Later, Gohan will fall in front of Chinyu. Chinyu looked at Gohan and slowly said, "What's wrong, Gohan? You're in a hurry." "It's okay, I just want to practice with you." Gohan smiled awkwardly, and then he said again, "By the way, where is Majin Buu? Where did he go?" Chinyu explained, "He's on Satan's side." Hearing this, Bu Fan was immediately shocked. "He is so dangerous, how could you put him next to Satan?" Chinyu said helplessly, "Don't worry, he won't cause trouble. Since I chose to place Majin Buu next to Satan, then I must have a solution." Gohan nodded in understanding. In Gohan's eyes, such a dangerous person should not be allowed to appear. But Chinyu directly placed him next to Satan. Isn't this a moth flying into a flame and destroying itself? However, he still believed in Chinyu's strength. Majin Buu probably won't cause trouble anymore. Moreover, during this period, Majin Buu was also quiet, with no signs of destruction. From this point of view, Majin Buu is still good. Immediately afterwards, Gohan said again, "This time I come here just to practice with you. During the martial arts competition, I saw you transform into Super Saiyan." He was really shocked. "I can also feel the aura on your body. It's so powerful. Although I didn't see you defeat Majin Buu, your strength is as terrifying as Uncle Piccolo said. I still want to practice in your direction. This time I come here to practice with you." Chinyu smiled lightly and said, "Oh, so that's what happened. What if I reach a certain level? Cultivation is not a problem. Training with each other can also improve a lot of strength. Then you will be able to stop Majin Buu." Gohan laughed and said, "Haha, you're kidding. I'm afraid it's too early to stop Majin Buu now with my strength, but with your strength, you can easily defeat Majin Buu. Not even my dad and Uncle Vegeta can defeat you. When will I reach your level?" Chinyu raised the corners of his mouth, and he could feel it. Although Gohan said that he should put his studies first, he was no less good at practicing. It can be seen that Wufan is also very eager for strong strength. It's just that he doesn't have the intention to practice. If he can practice well, his strength will definitely not be inferior. He hasn't practiced seriously for a long time, but his strength is still so strong. It is not difficult to see how powerful he would be if he practiced seriously. However, in the original work, I shouldn't be interested in Zangya. Always put learning first. As a result, his strength was greatly weakened. Of course, this is also the effect of the people around him becoming stronger step by step. Gohan's talent is actually not weak. He is already considered outstanding among the Z Warriors. It's just that he didn't practice well. Vegeta often says this sentence. As a member of a fighting nation, if we don't practice well, our bodies will become rusty. But Gohan still didn't listen. Until now, he knew the terror of Majin Buu and the strength of Chinyu. He was determined to practice well. But I don't know how long this kind of determined practice will last. A month, 2 or 3 days. This is not certain. In Gohan's eyes, he may never be able to surpass Qin Wang. Chinyu is not only good at studying, but also very powerful. This is completely the standard of a good man. Even if Chinyu doesn't practice now, Goku and Vegeta will not be able to surpass themselves for a long time. This is also the terrifying part of Chinyu's strength. That's the case with Rosé. However, Chinyu's ultimate goal is not to be called the strongest on Earth, but the entire universe. With Chinyu's current strength, he can be considered a universe-level powerhouse. Ultra instinct alone is something that many people can understand. Not even God can fully understand it. That's not to mention ordinary people. Of course, Goku later realized Ultra Instinct. But by that time, Chinyu's Ultra Instinct had already reached perfection. Has long been a secret that I carry with me. Goku's Ultra Instinct is also triggered unintentionally. It's still early to say that we can truly achieve perfection. Chinyu, who possesses Kaioken, 2.5 billion normal combat power, Taohong, and Ultra Instinct, is now the most powerful being in the world. If Ultra Instinct can be played to perfection, even gods of destruction blues will be hard to resist. However, Chinyu has not used Ultra Instinct yet. Qin naturally knew the power of Ultra Instinct. He also wanted to bring Ultra Instinct to perfection. But he hasn't used it yet, so he can only say that he is starting from scratch. Now, another figure appeared in the distance. He slowly rushed towards the location of Chinyu and Gohan. Chinyu and Gohan said in unison, "Vegeta." Vegeta is heading towards Chinyu's house at a very fast speed. He also came here this time to find Chinyu to practice. He longs for pink and that kind of power. However, he has been immersed in practicing and still can't transform into Dao Hong. There is no other way. Now he can come to ask Qin for advice. Let Chinyu teach him in depth. Vegeta slowly landed in front of Chinyu's house. When he arrived, he found that Gohan was here. He said with a puzzled look, "Gohan, why are you here?" Gohan scratched the back of his head, smiled awkwardly and said, "I came here to practice. What are you doing here?" Vegeta. Vegeta folded his hands and said with a confused look, "I'm here to practice cultivation too. By the way, Chinyu, I found that no matter how I practice, my strength has obviously improved, but why can't I transform into Dao Hong?" Chinyu was also stumped for a while. He also doesn't know how to transform into pink. The reason why he was able to transform into Dao Hong was just because of the help of the system. He doesn't know this process either. Moreover, Vegeta can feel that his strength has improved a lot, which is the characteristic of his fighting nation. Besides, with Vegeta's talent, is it difficult to increase his strength? This is obviously not a problem. The important thing is that Vegeta now wants to transform into pink. What should Chinyu do? Are you trying to fool him again? Chinyu obviously knows that Vegeta desires this kind of strength. It's just that he has been practicing for so long and has been unable to break through. This time Vegeta finally realized that he could not break through, so he came to ask Chinyu for advice. At this moment, Chinyu looked at Vegeta and answered patiently. "It would be great to be able to transform into a pink in such a short time. You still need to practice more. Maybe you can transform into a being more powerful than Dao Hong. This is not impossible. It's not difficult to become stronger with your current strength. The main reason is that you are too eager for its powerful power. This must be changed. I know that you want to surpass Goku. You also know that Goku's current strength is already above yours. You want to surpass him. This is naturally a good thing. But I advise you to follow your own cultivation method. Vegeta heard this. His goal is to surpass Goku, but even if Goku dies, he is still stronger than Vegeta. Goku can even transform into the third stage of Super Saiyan. Its power was something Vegeta had never imagined. He can still be evenly matched with Majin Buu. If Goku were stronger, he could even defeat Majin Buu. However, Vegeta still longs for the power of Pink. Although he now knows the strength of Super Saiyan in the third stage, it is still far from 1/10 of the strength of Rosé. Therefore, Vegeta desires the power of Pink more than the third stage of Super Saiyan. He has already witnessed Dao Hong's strength with his own eyes. Even Majin Buu had no room to fight back in his hands. It can be said that it is a form that none of them can reach. However, Vegeta now wants to know the source of this power. Otherwise, he would never be able to reach this form through practice. He wanted to know why Chin reached such a state. After all, Chinyu is also a junior. Same generation as Gohan, but his strength is indeed higher than that of the Z Warriors. How could this make Vegeta swallow his breath? He is King Vegeta. His current strength is not as good as that of a junior. He naturally longs for greater strength. However, he now wants to surpass Goku. Only by surpassing Goku can he be satisfied. Now here, the only person stronger than Goku is Chinyu. Now he can only ask Chinyu for advice. Otherwise, he will never be able to surpass Goku. Following this, Vegeta looked at Chinyu. He put down his princely attitude and said, "So, my previous cultivation methods are useless." Chinyu spoke again. "No, isn't your improvement in strength the result of practice? However, if you want to improve your strength faster, you can't continue practicing like this." Vegeta looked at Chinyu with a frown and said, "What do you mean?" Chinyu smiled lightly and said, "Don't you just want to surpass Goku now? There are many ways to surpass Goku. You don't have to transform into Pink. With your talent and strength, you will definitely be able to discover more powerful forms and moves. The flash cannon you used before isn't at the most powerful existence right now. As long as you can practice well, those moves will obviously not be a problem in front of you." Vegeta nodded with satisfaction. Chinyu said it is also true. Vegeta can also transform into very powerful forms after that. Isn't the dark blue one his unique form? Moreover, dark blue is much better than Blue Strider. So, there are many ways for Vegeta to surpass Goku. It's not just as simple as turning into a Pink. The most important point is to realize it before Goku. Otherwise, he still wouldn't be able to surpass Goku. He can only be regarded as the second child in 10,000 years. Then, Chinyu turned his attention to Gohan and said, "So Gohan, what is your goal?" Gohan said with a simple face, "I just want to become stronger, not to surpass others. But Chinyu, I'm still a little envious that your strength has become so strong." Vegeta snorted coldly and said, "HMPH, how come you look exactly like Kakarot? You are indeed carved from the same mold. Your body will become rusty if you continue to study. We Saiyans just want to fight, but you actually go to study. It's a disgrace to us Saiyans." Gohan was a little helpless. He said softly, "Then look at Chinyu. Not only is he good at studying, he is also so powerful." Vegeta was speechless. It was impossible to refute it for a while. Gohan wanted to know how Chinyu was able to practice without delaying his studies. Both of them are so powerful. Not only did he not fall behind in his studies, his strength was actually so strong. At this moment, Chinyu looked indifferent. He looked at the two people and said, "Just combine work and rest, and just regard learning as a kind of fun. In my opinion, there is no pressure to study, but for you Gohan, it is naturally a good thing to surpass me, but you don't need to surpass me so deliberately. Your birth and your bloodline always require you to fight, so practice this. Let's put things first." Seeing Gohan nodded, Chinyu thought that if he promised so well now, he would not have to study hard later. However, Chinyu didn't want to delay him. It's a good thing that he studies so hard. How could I possibly delay him? The only thing Chinyu can do now is to encourage him. If he wants to practice, Chinyu will naturally accompany him. And now Gohan and Vegeta are coming to practice with him. With such two sparring partners, Chinyu naturally did not hesitate to do so. Isn't Vegeta's strength a good training opponent? I'm afraid that neither Gohan nor Vegeta can be Chinyu's opponent together. Then let's start practicing, Vegeta said impatiently. The only purpose of his coming here this time is to practice. The second step is to ask Chinyu how to transform into a pink girl. After such a long time, Vegeta can no longer wait any longer. Moreover, he heard from Chinyu that it was not just Rose who surpassed Goku. There are many more possibilities. Therefore, he still needs to practice hard now. If the third stage of Super Saiyan is a dream, then Tao Hong is a wishful thinking. Chinyu raised the corner of his mouth and said, "Gohan, how about you come too?" Gohan nodded. Not long, they suddenly appeared in midair. Chinyu fights Gohan and Vegeta alone. This is also Vegeta's first time working with Gohan. Vegeta said with a confused look. "Gohan, don't hold me back." "No, no, no," Gohan said. Chinyu faced the two people and said immediately. "Then let the horse come over." The moment the words fell, a supreme aura continues to permeate the air. Like the deep sea, there are endless waves. Gohan and Vegeta immediately transformed into Super 2. Seeing this, Chinyu transformed into Tao Hong. In an instant, Gohan and Vegeta rushed forward. Buzz! As fast as light, it rushed away with a flash of lightning. Chinyu just stood there. Then the two of them kept bombarding Chinyu. Chinyu only dodged lightly in the face of their attacks. He could clearly see their attack methods. Chinyu dodged and said, "It's too slow." Their attacks produced an extremely powerful aftermath in midair. The mighty aura is like a wild wolf, constantly sweeping through. Chinyu could easily dodge their attacks because their attack speed was too slow. Chinyu could see their attack methods. In Chinyu's eyes, their attacks were useless. Too slow, Chinyu said again. There is no way, Vegeta and Gohan can only speed up now. But their attacks are still of no use. See you. Chinyu opened his fingers and faced Gohan and Vegeta. Suddenly, an extremely powerful aftermath burst out. Buzz! In an instant, Gohan and Vegeta hit the ground hard. Chinyu also slowly landed in front of the two of them. "Too slow, you are too slow." Chinyu looked at them and said. After transforming into Tao Hong, Chinyu's eyes flashed with a cold light. Moreover, the entire pupils turned pink. The enhanced combat effectiveness also allows Chinyu to easily discover their shooting speed. It was too slow. Chinyu could see the speed of their shots. Therefore, he could easily dodge their attacks. If they are facing a powerful opponent, this kind of attack can easily create flaws. Therefore, their speed is still not good enough, and the flaws will naturally become more. There is no way, this may be their limit. In today's world, Gohan and Vegeta are already powerful enough to display this kind of strength. However, looking at Chin's eyes, strength is naturally not enough. Gohan stood up at this time and slowly said, "But, this is already my full speed. It's still so slow." Chinyu looked indifferent and said in a low tone, "Speed is also the only key point in battle. If the speed is not enough, it will be easy for the opponent to catch the flaw. With your current speed, it is difficult to detect flaws when faced with opponents of the same strength. However, if faced by opponents whose strength is higher than yours, your flaws will only increase, so speed is also a major factor." Quote. Gohan and Vegeta heard this. Vegeta continued. Could it be that Saiyan's speed was lacking in the second stage of the Super Series? Chinyu said again. Not entirely, your combat power is enough, and your Super 2 speed is also extremely fast, but in my eyes, your speed is not enough, but in the eyes of your opponents, you are still quite fast. The only drawback is that you two don't have a tacit understanding. Do your own thing and don't care about others. Vegeta folded his hands, assumed the arrogant posture of a prince, and said. TCH, who wants to cooperate with him? This time I just want to see how to practice. It doesn't mean that I can cooperate and fight with him for a long time in the future. Gohan said helplessly. But Vegeta, the lack of speed is between the two of us. Following this, Chinyu smiled lightly and said immediately, I can't blame you. It's your first time to fight together. It's just that Vegeta and Goku have some tacit understanding when working together. Vegeta said with a confused look. HMPH. Who wants to cooperate with him to fight? My theory is that I will never take action when he is fighting, and I will not let him take action when I am fighting. Indeed, neither of them wanted the other to interfere when they were fighting. They all have a certain order. Otherwise, Goku will test first, and Vegeta will be the next one. Unless they encounter an extremely powerful opponent, the two will fight together. But Vegeta is always dissatisfied. He doesn't want to cooperate and just wants to fight alone. But this cannot avoid the tacit understanding between the two of them. It's really good. However, this is also caused by cultivation. Although Vegeta and Goku don't get along, they still look out for each other. Then let's get here first today and practice together next time, Chinyu said. Both of them nodded. Then they disappeared immediately. Along the way, Vegeta is still thinking about the way he surpassed Goku. I have to discover new forms to surpass Kakarot. It seems that we still need to practice seriously. Time went by, and 3 days passed quickly. The next day, Satan has now reached a consensus with Majin Buu. Satan even took Majin Buu to the streets. A day of spending time together. He also knew that Majin Buu was actually not that bad. Majin Buu is now gradually integrating into normal life. It was Satan teaching him step by step. Majin Buu even saved an injured puppy. He cured the puppy and named it Buu. This is somewhat disrespectful. However, Majin Buu likes the puppy very much. I play with it when I'm bored. Moreover, Satan also warned Majin Buu not to hurt people, etc. Therefore, they have become the best friends now. And on this day, danger is coming. Satan plays with Majin Buu and his pet dog in the home built by Majin Buu. Majin Buu excitedly held Buu and threw it into the air. At this moment, a bullet rushed towards him at extremely high speed. A direct hit on Buu. Buu fell directly to the ground. Seeing Buu lying on the ground bleeding, Majin Buu and Satan had not yet reacted. After that, another missile directly blew up Majin Buu's hut. Boom! Majin Buu stood there while Satan quickly dodged. Not far away, the two looked at Majin Buu and Satan with excitement. One of them raised his gun and said, "One was killed, and there are 2 left." The man next to him continued, "Master, hurry up and deal with them all." I saw him holding a gun, pointing at Majin Buu and Satan. It turns out to be Satan, but why did Majin Buu appear here? He was a little confused, but he was not thinking about this now. Then he shot again. Boom, the young master said excitedly, "Hit." At this moment, Majin Buu had an angry look on his face, and white smoke was rising all over his body. Satan was also very angry at this time. He finally agreed to Majin Buu. Now aren't they just adding fuel to the fire? How can I bear this? Majin Buu slowly walked towards the young master with an angry look on his face. Then the person next to him also accidentally fell from a height and did not know whether to live or die. At this moment, Satan rushed forward. He pumped his fist and shouted, "You!" Then Satan directly hit the young master with a punch. He wanted to shoot again, but Satan kicked him again and kicked the gun out of his hand. Then, "Satan punched me again, die to me." The young master also fell down. Satan did this mainly because he was afraid that Majin Buu would get angry again. He finally reached a consensus with Majin Buu. Naturally, he won't be allowed to get angry again. Majin Buu is furious now. He watched as all the people who hurt Buu were dealt with by Satan. But I still couldn't swallow this breath in my heart. After Satan dealt with them, he quickly walked to Baruna. He felt a little heartbroken when he saw Buu lying on the ground dying. Moreover, this was also rescued by Majin Buu. If he died like this, he would definitely be furious. However, it seemed that it was not dead yet. Satan hugged Buu and shouted, "Majin Buu, it's not dead, he's still alive." Wang Qian is good. Majin Buu also lost his temper when he heard this. "Go check it out quickly. Can this be saved?" Satan said. Majin Buu looked at the dying Buu and said, "He's not dead yet, he can be saved." "See you." Majin Buu put his hands on Buu. A pink light suddenly appeared. Not long, Buu also came back to life. Majin Buu and Satan also had long-lost smiles on their faces. Later, Majin Buu renovated the home. Built to look like blue. It can be seen that Majin Buu still likes this puppy. Even the house must be decorated to look like Buu. It's done. Majin Buu clapped his hands and continued, I also made a room for you. Satan was a little moved. Although he has a big villa. But this is Majin Buu's intention. It seems like he really wants to live a normal life. Adjacent. Celestial Temple. Piccolo stood in the center of the temple and slowly said. 3 days have passed. Majin Buu really didn't come out to cause trouble. Is he really what Chinyu said? Majin Buu, is he really integrating into a normal life? Piccolo couldn't believe it for a while. After all, Majin Buu is, after all, a symbol of evil. Now he is slowly integrating into normal life. This is also hard to believe. However, it is a good thing that he is getting better now. This also means that the peace of time will come. But they also don't know whether Majin Buu will rebel in the future. Afterwards, Piccolo slowly walked towards the palace. I hope nothing unexpected happens. The other side. Satan and Majin Buu walked into the house. Although it is not big, the inside is made of stone. But Satan still likes it. It seems that Majin Buu has accepted it happily. Even Buu has his own small room. Although Satan lives in a big villa every day. But after all, this is also Majin Buu's intention. How could Satan refuse like this? Here Satan is like Majin Buu's nanny. Make delicious food for Majin Buu. However, this is all to prevent Majin Buu from being angry. Satan knows that once Majin Buu gets angry, the consequences will be disastrous. That is, when Satan was cooking, the young master came to Satan with his injuries. He raised his pistol and pointed at Satan. You didn't expect that I'm still alive. First, a wise hero could sink to this level. Satan, why don't you give me the title of great hero? If I kill you, I will kill Majin Buu. Then I will be a great hero that attracts world attention. Satan said with an angry look. Don't even think about it. The young master raised his pistol and said, it's not up to you. At this moment, Majin Buu urged at the dining table, are you ready? Satan said nothing. The young master said, go to hell. When he was about to shoot, Satan rushed forward. But his speed can't match Chang's speed. Satan was immediately shot. Fell to the ground. Majin Buu heard the gunfire and when he arrived, the young master had already escaped. He looked at Satan who was lying on the ground and shot. It was too late to chase after him, and he became angry. He suppressed his anger and put his hands on Satan. A flash of pink light appears. Satan stood up just like before. And Majin Buu seems to be unable to control himself. White smoke kept coming out of him. Upon seeing this, Satan wanted to step forward to investigate the situation. And Majin Buu suppressed the things in his body and stopped. Hurry up, take the puppy and get out of here. Otherwise, you will die. Majin Buu looked a little angry. But Satan has no choice now. He looked at Majin Buu with a blank look on his face and said, will you die? What on earth is going on? Majin Buu shouted angrily at Satan, hurry up. Satan saw something was wrong. He quickly hugged the puppy and left. A long way from the house. Majin Buu looked in agony before a thick plume of smoke enveloped him. A plume of smoke appears from Majin Buu, slowly suspended in midair. Satan was immediately shocked. Later, the smoke actually spawned a Kid Buu. Satan in the distance was suddenly confused. He said with a look of disbelief. No way, this is definitely not a trick. Who the hell is he? Satan couldn't believe what he was seeing. There will actually be 2 Majin Buu. Although one is fat and the other is thin. But the strength must be extremely powerful. Moreover, Satan saw this with his own eyes. He couldn't believe that there were 2 Majin Buu appearing in front of him. The other one is smaller in stature. But he possesses extremely powerful strength. Satan was helpless for a moment. Chinyu also felt an extremely powerful aura at this time. No, it's 2 breaths. One of them is Majin Buu, and the other. Chinyu frowned and murmured alone. Is it possible that he has already appeared? Why did he show up as soon as 3 days were up? Let them test it first. This matter is not within my jurisdiction. Chinyu said he didn't care, but he knew Kid Buu's strength. It is definitely not something that the Z Warriors can defeat. He will definitely fight. However, now is not the time. We made an agreement with the Z Warriors before. After 3 days, they will be in charge. Of course, Chinyu will definitely not ignore this matter. Moreover, Kid Buu is far more powerful than Fat Buu. Why would you sit idly by? Not only that, this is also a good opportunity to use Ultra Instinct. How could Chinyu let such a good opportunity pass? Besides, Chin is also waiting for this day to arrive. However, Z Warriors need to warm up their hands first. He will definitely not care about this matter now. All Z Warriors felt two extremely terrifying auras erupting. For a time, they all gathered in the Temple of Heaven to become kings. Celestial Temple, Clin said with a panic look on his face. What is going on? How come there is such a powerful aura? Besides, there are still two paths. One of them is Majin Buu. Who is the other one? Did there appear any more saboteurs? No, this aura seems to come from Majin Buu. Piccolo pretended to be calm. If you look closer, you can see the sweat on his cheeks. In fact, he was also extremely panicked. After all, the other aura they felt was more powerful than Majin Buu's aura. Not even Majin Buu could stop him, let alone another more powerful one. Moreover, Piccolo could also vaguely feel that the power of this aura seemed to be derived from Majin Buu. Is it really Majin Buu? They can't draw a conclusion until it's confirmed. Gohan came out at this moment and said, "Otherwise, let's go find Chinyu and ask him to help." Piccolo immediately stopped and said, "No, we have already agreed with him that he will be responsible for the matters within 3 days. Now that 3 days have passed, we must solve this matter. But, we can't even defeat Majin Buu, and my father is not here, who can defeat him now?" Vegeta stood aside with his hands folded and snorted. HMPH. What difference does it make between his presence and absence? Let me go meet him. I want to see who made such a big noise. Seeing Vegeta who was about to leave, Piccolo quickly stopped him and said, "Wait a minute Vegeta, let's discuss some countermeasures to deal with him." Vegeta said angrily, "But if this continues, how do you know whether he will destroy it?" Vegeta didn't want to wait anymore. He couldn't believe that there was such a powerful person besides Majin Buu. Goten and Trunks sat on the ground, looking at everyone with puzzled faces. The two of them can now fuse. After Piccolo's guidance, they can fuse and transform. The strength is naturally very powerful. At this moment, Vegeta, who was about to leave, saw Chinyu suddenly arriving. Chinyu walked towards Piccolo, intending to tell them what happened. "Don't you want to know who unleashed such a powerful force?" Everyone came together, even Goten and Trunks. Later, Chinyu continued. "You can feel the extremely powerful aura now. It is none other than Majin Buu, but not the previous Majin Buu but the first little Buu who is even more powerful than Majin Buu. His strength is far greater than Majin Buu, he is the real symbol of evil. His appearance will represent the destruction of the entire world." Everyone heard it. Piccolo was immediately stunned. He can feel the breath. Is it really what Qin Feng said? No, Piccolo couldn't believe it for a moment. They can't even defeat Majin Buu, so how can they defeat Kid Buu who is even stronger than Majin Buu? Moreover, Chinyu no longer cares about this matter, what else can he do? The appearance of Kid Buu means that the end of the entire world is coming. But Chinyu no longer cares about this matter. What can Z Warriors do? Piccolo's face was ashen, and they had nothing to do. Is it really as scary as Chinyu said? If this is really the case, then they don't have the strength to stop it at all. Not even Majin Buu can stop him, let alone Kid Buu who is even more powerful than Majin Buu. However, Vegeta still said with a confused look. "TCH, look how I can take him down. Isn't he just a Kid Buu? How much stronger can he be?" Wait, Piccolo stopped again. He looked at Vegeta and continued. "Let's take a look at the situation first and see his strength. Otherwise, if we are so impulsive, we will be easily defeated. There is no way, the only one with strong strength now is Chinyu. He is the one who defeated Majin Buu. And the only one. Maybe only he has the possibility of fighting Kid Buu. However, the deadline has been reached. Chinyu will not take action again." Piccolo also felt that he was wrong for a while. If he had promised Majin Buu to live here before, maybe they can still be friends. But this kind of thing has happened, and Piccolo didn't know what to do for a while. There is no other way but to take action now. Moreover, he will also abide by the rules and will not let Chin take action. Z soldiers are now looking forward to Chinyu's help. But Chinyu came here to tell them about Kid Buu's strength. He had no intention of helping. Clint said with a panicked expression at this time. Chinyu, why don't you go meet him? You are the strongest here. You are the one who defeated Majin Buu. The only one who can fight Majin Buu is you. Chinyu smiled calmly and said. Do you think I will take action? It was achieved last time, and now it's 3 days later. I won't care about what happens. I'm here to tell you how powerful Kid Buu is so that you can come up with countermeasures. As for defeating Kid Buu, I can't guarantee it, and I won't interfere. I have made this very clear to you before. Everyone heard it. It was still unacceptable for a while. After all, he had to defeat such a powerful opponent. They definitely can't do it. I'm afraid Goku has nothing to do here now. After all, in Chinyu's mouth, this Kid Buu is much more powerful than Majin Buu. Even Majin Buu couldn't beat them, let alone Kid Buu. However, they haven't seen Kid Buu's strength yet, so it's hard to guess how powerful Kid Buu will be. But what is undeniable is that the aura he exudes is really terrifying. I'm afraid even they can't defeat it. Moreover, this aura already exists above Majin Buu. From this we can see how powerful Kid Buu is. Piccolo said with a panicked look at this time. What should we do if this continues? We can't even defeat Majin Buu. Do we have to defeat Xiao Zio, who is even stronger than Majin Buu? It's hard to get over this. Piccolo panicked. This matter must be resolved by them. However, there is nothing they can do now. Now the only strongest beings among the Z Warriors are Gohan and Vegeta. But neither of them could defeat Majin Buu. How about beating Kid Buu? Do we just have to watch Kid Buu destroy it? This is obviously impossible. However, they don't have the strength to stop it now. Chinyu is the only one with strength, but he is not involved in this matter. At this moment, Bulma said angrily to Chinyu. Why don't you defeat him if you have the strength? Do you want to watch the world be destroyed like this? Don't you have any relatives? Chinyu smiled lightly and said. Sorry, not really. I've already said it before. Isn't this why you are better than me? No, didn't this time come from your husband's mouth? Speaking of this, Bulma's face turned red. Vegeta was also stunned. This time point seems to have been proposed by Vegeta. Vegeta was speechless for a moment. But who would have thought that as soon as 3 days are up, the threat has already arrived? If it is within the time limit, Chinyu can still help. But how could Chinyu take action now? We can only let them come up. At this time, Gohan looked at everyone standing there, and he suddenly said. Otherwise, I'll go and see what's going on first. Chinyu walked towards Gohan and said. It's better to be careful, he is very powerful. Gohan nodded. Then, he rushed towards the direction of the breath. Piccolo stood there and spoke slowly. I hope nothing unexpected happens to Gohan. They are now waiting for Gohan's return. I want to see what the situation is like. Majin Buu and Kid Buu are confronting each other. He looked like he was dissatisfied with everyone. However, Majin Buu's combat effectiveness seems to have dropped a lot now. If he could still keep up with Goku before, now Goku can crush him. The strength that Majin Buu could use before was basically emanating from Kid Buu. But now that Kid Buu has appeared, Majin Buu's strength has naturally been cut off a lot. On the contrary, Gohan can even fight him. However, even if Majin Buu's combat effectiveness has been weakened a lot, his strength is still extremely terrifying. Although his combat power is now weakened, he can still fight Kid Buu. At this moment, when Gohan came in front of the two Buu, their eyes immediately turned to Gohan. The aura is getting stronger and stronger. Gohan murmured. ... Gohan slowly walked towards Kid Buu. He looks similar to Majin Buu. However, he is not that fat and not as tall as Majin Buu. But his strength is indeed surprisingly terrifying. As Gohan slowly walked toward Kid Buu, the messages became increasingly horrifying. Then he looked at Kid Buu and said, Are you Kid Buu? I can't tell how big your talent is. Kid Buu raised his lips. He looked at Gohan. Gohan's eyes tightened. He could feel that Kid Buu was about to take action. Afterwards, Gohan immediately transformed into Super 1. Kid Buu is getting more and more excited. Majin Buu on the side slowly withdrew from the battlefield. Gohan is suspended in midair, as is Kid Buu. Let me see your strength. Gohan said. However, just at the moment when the words fell, Gohan rushed forward immediately. Kid Buu just smiled. See you. Gohan kicked Kid Buu hard in the face. Kid Buu immediately turned his head, but he looked at Gohan with a weird smile on his face under Gohan's pressure. Gohan was stunned for a moment. Then he struck again. Kid Buu was killed again, but nothing happened to Kid Buu. At the same time, he looked at Gohan with a weird smile. Gohan panicked. No matter how he attacks, even though he hits, it does nothing to Kid Buu. From this point of view, Kid Buu's strength is indeed stronger than Majin Buu's. Seeing that something was wrong, Gohan quickly transformed into Super 2. Gohan shouted loudly, "Boom!" surrounded by lightning. The combat effectiveness gradually increased. Kid Buu was immediately excited. It seems that the more powerful the opponent is, the more excited he becomes. While waiting for Gohan to fully transform into Super 2, Kid Buu looked excited. Gohan looked at Kid Buu with a serious face. "Come on, let me see your strength." As soon as the words were spoken, Kid Buu took the initiative. He was so fast that he kicked Gohan in the jaw. Then, Kid Buu struck again. Gohan kept getting crushed. There was no room for fighting back. Boom, boom. The battle between the two produced an extremely powerful aftermath. But Gohan can clearly feel that Kid Buu's aura is gradually getting stronger. Gohan senses something is wrong. However, Kid Buu won't give him a chance to break away from me now. Gohan seized the opportunity and attacked Kid Buu crazily. Suddenly, Kid Buu's body became very weak. Gohan was stunned. He looked up at Kid Buu. Kid Buu smiled weirdly. Gohan's heart tensed. Oops. Gohan panicked. His face was filled with endless fear and pain. He couldn't believe that Kid Buu was so powerful. Moreover, Gohan can also feel that Kid Buu's strength is far superior to Majin Buu. If this stalemate continues, we will definitely lose. Although Gohan's strength is strong, Kid Buu's strength in front of him is even greater than him. Now, Gohan, who was fighting with him, looked extremely solemn. No matter how hard he attacks, Kid Buu does nothing. This is Kid Buu's strength. Gohan murmured. He knew that if this continued, the battle might be over soon. However, Gohan also knows who the important person he is facing is. Even if Goku is away, this important mission is still on him. The only thing Gohan can do now is to stop it. See you. Kid Buu rushed towards Gohan at great speed. Suddenly, an extremely terrifying energy spread around him, and the aftermath was about to reach thousands of miles. 737. Gohan panicked. No, he simply couldn't see Kid Buu's speed clearly. In an instant, Kid Buu rushed directly towards Gohan. Gohan doesn't have time to dodge. Kid Buu directly hit Gohan's jaw with a kick, and then he hit again. Gohan screamed. Then, Kid Buu grabbed Gohan's neck. Gohan is dying. He knows that Gohan is facing Kid Buu. Not even a chance. Gohan just felt that Kid Buu's strength was gradually increasing. Now there is no room for fighting back. Kid Buu is far more powerful than Majin Buu. Gohan can't even beat Majin Buu, let alone Kid Buu. At this moment, Gohan also had no chance to backhand. He was choked by Kid Buu. And, Kid Buu also showed an extremely weird smile. Satan not far away looked panicked. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. What the hell is going on here? Why is he so powerful? At this moment, Majin Buu appeared in front of Kid Buu. Let him go, Majin Buu said angrily. Kid Buu turned his eyes to Majin Buu, and then he let go. Gohan hit the ground hard. Now only Kid Buu and Majin Buu are left to face each other. Majin Buu looked at Kid Buu with slightly frowning eyes. Kid Buu stepped forward to test and grabbed Majin Buu with one hand. Subsequently, Majin Buu gradually grew in size. Kid Buu also retracted his hand. Majin Buu immediately struck a blow, directly hitting Kid Buu. But Kid Buu's strength is far superior to him, and his attacks are obviously of no use to Kid Buu. See you. Kid Buu grabbed Majin Buu's hand and flicked it. Immediately afterwards, Kid Buu rushed forward again. It was a crazy attack on Majin Buu. Kid Buu directly twisted Majin Buu into a ball and threw him out. At this moment, Majin Buu returned to his previous state, his hands slightly opened, and the flash cannon shot out immediately. An extremely strong light suddenly appeared, sweeping towards Kid Buu. Suddenly, the entire world was filled with fighting power. The mighty aura is like a wave, sweeping wildly. Facing such a powerful attack, Kid Buu just stood there, doing nothing. The flash cannon hit him directly. The law of smoke does no harm. Nothing is wrong with Kid Buu. Majin Buu's eyes tightened, he couldn't believe what he was seeing. Such a powerful blow was so vulnerable to Kid Buu. Then, Majin Buu went away again. Kid Buu just plays him like a clown. Majin Buu's current strength is far less than Kid Buu's strength in the city. I'm afraid Gohan can defeat Majin Buu now. There is no way, Kid Buu is too powerful now. Majin Buu is just a toy in the hands of Kid Buu. His attacks are of no use to Kid Buu. I saw Kid Buu erupt. Suddenly, the terrifying aura turned into hurricanes and swept away crazily. In an instant, under such a terrifying aura, he was trembling all day long. The next moment, Kid Buu rushed forward. Buzz. In an instant, Kid Buu had a weird smile on his face. He grabbed Majin Buu and hit him in the stomach with a kick. Majin Buu's belly shrank directly into it. The next moment, Xiao Bu beat out a light bomb. Boom! Thick smoke was everywhere, and Majin Buu fell directly to the ground. Majin Buu was also defeated. Is it true that no one can defeat him now? Satan in the distance was panicking. He looked at the defeated Gohan and Majin Buu, and said in panic. It's hard, is it really true that no one can defeat him now? How can he be so powerful? Satan looked shocked. He couldn't believe that the Kid Buu that emerged from Majin Buu was so powerful. His strength is already above Majin Buu. Gohan fell to the ground in disbelief. Majin Buu is no match now. So who else can beat Kid Buu? Gohan stood up slowly, knowing that his mission to defeat Kid Buu was always his. Otherwise, the whole world will fall. Goku is gone now, so the mission to defeat Kid Buu naturally belongs to the Z Warriors. However, Gohan has been defeated now, and he knows Kid Buu's strength. As before, even the Z Warriors who were far away were extremely shocked when they saw it, and they were even more shocked by Buu's strength. Celestial Temple. The faces of the Z soldiers were extremely panicked. They knew what Kid Buu was capable of. But I didn't expect that Gohan would be defeated so quickly. Klin looked shocked and said, "What a powerful force. What is this Kid Buu? Why is he so powerful? Even Gohan was defeated, so do we still have a chance to fight?" Piccolo had a cold sweat on his face and said hurriedly, "This guy has such a terrifying aura, what should I do next?" Majin Buu is no match. It seems that just as Chinyu said, he is the birth of terror. Now Z soldiers are all despairing. Gohan has already been defeated, and they also know the terror of Majin Buu. Moreover, it is exactly the same as what Chinyu described. He is the birth of terror. Majin Buu was just an appetizer. It wasn't until his arrival that everyone knew how terrifying Kid Buu's strength was. Moreover, they all feel that Majin Buu's strength has dropped a lot now. His terrifying strength before can no longer be used now. They all feel that Kid Buu's strength is very evil and terrifying. Gohan and Majin Buu were all defeated at the feet of Kid Buu. One can only imagine how terrifying Kid Buu's strength is. Chinyu looked at the defeated Gohan and said immediately, "Gohan has been defeated, and so has Majin Buu. Now that you know the power of Majin Buu, what should we do next? Death or waiting?" The faces of Z Warriors were extremely gloomy. They know that now only Kai Kid Buu can fight. Moreover, Kid Buu's combat power is close to 2 trillion. If the fight continues like this, the entire world will be reduced to ruins. Klin said with a panicked look, "Are we really going to watch the world fall into with our own eyes? What should we do?" Klin was spinning in circles anxiously. He is very worried. After all, the earth is his home. He also has a wife and children. Obviously, we can't just watch the world be destroyed like this. But his strength lies here. It's obviously impossible to fight Kid Buu. Moreover, his strength is not enough in front of Gohan. Not to mention facing Kid Buu. At this moment, Vegeta folded his hands and said proudly, "HMPH, people who don't have strength will be anxious here. I want to see how powerful this Kid Buu is. Before I defeat him, you should stop interfering." The moment the words fell, Vegeta disappeared. "Oh, this guy is still so stubborn and hasn't learned a lesson." Chinyu murmured. The Z soldiers saw Vegeta heading to the front line, so the only thing they could do now was to wait where they were. Chinyu was also worried about Vegeta. He knows that Vegeta's strength can't defeat Kid Buu at all. He couldn't defeat even Majin Buu, let alone Kid Buu. Kid Buu's combat power is close to 3 trillion. Far beyond what Vegeta can match. The only one who can fight Kid Buu is Chinyu. But Chinyu didn't interfere in this matter. The only ones who can fight them are Vegeta and Gohan. Piccolo and Klin are naturally not strong enough. Right now, Vegeta has gone to face Kid Buu. The fighters all hope that he can defeat Kid Buu. At this moment, both Majin Buu and Gohan were defeated. There is no hope at all, and they are now waiting for hope to arrive. Gohan felt Kid Buu's strength. You can't face him without absolute strength. But who else has such strong strength to face Kid Buu now? Vegeta also suddenly appeared in front of Gohan. He looked at Kid Buu with a proud look on his face and said, "You can't even handle this guy. How dare you say that you are a fighting nation? Look how I defeated him." Vegeta looked determined, but Gohan was still a little worried and said, "Be careful, Vegeta, he is very powerful, even more powerful than Majin Buu." Vegeta said again, "That's because you haven't practiced for too long. I'm not like you. Watch it, I'll let you know what the real strength of a fighting nation is." The moment the words fell, Vegeta immediately transformed into Super 2. Suddenly, lightning was densely circling around him, and Sui Yang's Wukong aura began to sweep through him. Kid Buu raised the corner of his mouth and stared at Vegeta closely with a hint of evil smile. He looked extremely frightened, and he laughed unbridledly and evilly. It seems that he is extremely eager for the strength generated around Vegeta. No, is he trying to absorb Vegeta's energy? Vegeta continued to explode. There was an arc at the corner of Vegeta's mouth. He looked at Gohan and Majin Buu who were about to step forward and stopped him again. "Just stay here obediently and leave him to me. I can't believe what he is capable of. Let me show you the strength of my King Vegeta." Gohan looked a little tired and said, "But, Vegeta, he is very powerful. If the two of us don't join forces, it will be difficult to defeat him." Gohan dragged his tired body and spoke with difficulty. Naturally, he didn't want to see Vegeta die alone. Moreover, Gohan also knows the gap between his own strength and Vegeta's strength. It was obviously not possible for Vegeta to go alone. If the two of them go together, there might be a chance of survival. Defeating Kid Buu is no easy task. At this moment, Vegeta refused to listen and shouted angrily, "Step aside. Just one guy defeated you too, you loser." Gohan still wanted to dissuade him, but he thought about it and decided not to let it go. He certainly knows Vegeta's character. He wants to fight, and no one can stop him. Not to mention Gohan. Only if he knows Kid Buu's strength will he not be so impulsive. "Come on, let me see your strength." Vegeta stared at Kid Buu, with lightning all around him. Golden aura enveloped him, and Vegeta's aura continued to grow. Compared to before, it is much scarier. With Vegeta's proud princely demeanor, he would definitely choose to use all his strength when he comes up. Even without knowing the opponent's strength, he still chose to use all his strength. He won't step forward to test like Goku. Besides, Vegeta has told Goku many times. But how could Goku listen to him? Therefore, Vegeta has always insisted on his own fighting style. No, didn't Vegeta just unleash all his strength? But that's it, the greater the consumption, the greater the chance of losing. What's more, he is still facing Buu now. The strength is even higher than Vegeta's, and now no one can stop Vegeta's explosion. Ah! Vegeta continued to explode, and heavy shouts came from Vegeta's mouth. Although Vegeta has not yet understood the third stage of Super Saiyan. But with such terrifying strength, he can still hold on in the third stage of Super Saiyan. Moreover, Vegeta's current burst of strength is much stronger than before. I don't know if it was inspired by Chinyu or something. Vegeta seems to have a steady stream of energy gushing out of his body. In an instant, the frightening and terrifying energy spread in a circle tens of thousands of miles away. In an instant, the formation of energy formed, causing the whole world to tremble. A mighty breath burst out, causing the stones buried deep in the glass to float in midair. Vegeta's surroundings glowed with a golden light. Celestial Temple. The Z soldiers were all shocked when they saw this situation. Their expressions changed drastically, and they couldn't close their mouths in surprise. Especially Piccolo, who looked indifferent, Cold sweat was pouring on his cheeks when he saw Vegeta with such strength. He knew that Vegeta was so powerful, but he didn't expect that Vegeta's burst of strength would be so powerful. This is completely different from before. But at this moment, he said with a shocked face. So strong. When did Vegeta become so powerful? The second stage of Super Saiyan, this may have surpassed Goku's Super Saiyan. What has Vegeta been going through in the past few days? He has become so powerful. It is undeniable that what Vegeta has become now is indeed the second stage of Super Saiyan. But the energy he wants to burst out has already surpassed the existence of Goku Super 2. With such a terrifying aura, if I continue to practice, Vegeta will most likely lead me to Super E. If Goku wants to surpass Vegeta now, he may have to transform into a Super 3. This terrifying energy has surpassed Goku. It may be difficult for any Saiyan to surpass Vegeta based on the second stage of Super Saiyan. The strength that Vegeta has now exploded is no longer what it used to be. Vegeta's combat power gradually increased. 45 trillion, 50 trillion, 7 trillion. In the end, Vegeta's combat power stagnated at 1 trillion and a half trillion. Infinitely close to the combat power of 2 trillion. This is all the strength that Vegeta has unleashed. Super 2, combat power of 5 trillion per day. The Z soldiers were stunned again. Piccolo said with a cold sweat on his face. Is this still Vegeta? When did he burst out with such great strength? I'm afraid he has the strength to fight Kid Buu now. Quote. Chinyu looked at Vegeta with deep eyes. He could feel the increase in strength brought by Vegeta. Before this, he was completely different from the other two. But he didn't know what Vegeta had been through in the past few days. Chinyu just told him how he wanted to surpass Goku before. But everything still depends on him. But what I didn't expect was that Vegeta's talent would be so powerful. Chinyu just gave some instructions, but Vegeta actually understood. Moreover, it has become so powerful. Has this guy already found a new form? Chinyu murmured. The strength that Vegeta has exploded now is not only an increase in strength, but also an increase in speed and defense. Chinyu was also a little confused. In less than 3 days, Vegeta turned into a completely new being. There is no way, Vegeta's current burst of strength is too powerful. It is completely incomparable to the Vegeta from before. Moreover, the Z Warriors also had surprised faces. It seems that this is the first time Vegeta has shown such strength. However, this kind of strength is really terrifying. But the Z fighters now also hope that Vegeta can defeat Kid Buu with this powerful energy. But Chinyu is still a little worried whether Vegeta will be absorbed by Kid Buu. Gohan's expression suddenly changed when he saw Vegeta burst out with such great strength. He looked surprised, unable to believe that this was Vegeta's explosive strength. Is this Vegeta's explosive strength? It's so scary, Gohan said with a surprised look on his face. His eyes were fixed on Vegeta and he never left. He pulled Majin Buu aside. He knew that if Vegeta's strength were to fight Kid Buu, he would definitely contain them. The moment when Vegeta burst out with such great strength, the unbridled smile on Kid Buu's face became even more unrestrained. Looking at Vegeta with contempt. Vegeta, on the other hand, looked at Kid Buu with a serious face. There was no intention of taking it seriously. On the contrary, the more powerful he burst out, the more excited Kid Buu became. But Vegeta's current strength cannot be underestimated. However, no matter how terrifying Vegeta's current strength is, it is still not enough in front of Kid Buu. After all, Kid Buu's combat power under this situation is already superior to Vegeta's. Vegeta glanced at Gohan and said, "This is the strength that a fighting nation should have." Vegeta turned his attention to Kid Buu, his strength increased sharply again, veins popped out, and he shouted loudly. Court death. In an instant, Vegeta turned into a stream of light and disappeared. A mighty aura began to sweep through. Facing Vegeta who was rushing towards him, the weird smile on his face never dimmed. Even facing the oncoming Vegeta, he had no intention of dodging. No defense was offered. Now he just wants to face Vegeta head-on. The next moment, Vegeta punched Kid Buu directly in the face. Rumble. Even if it was a single blow, the sound of rumbling would echo thousands of miles away. Not only that, the whole world was trembling. A mighty aura erupted, causing ripples in the surrounding space. Vegeta has now undergone tremendous changes in terms of strength, defense and speed. It's completely incomparable to before. Kid Buu was defenseless at the moment and withstood all Vegeta's attacks with his body. Kid Buu definitely feels the pain. But these pains were not worth mentioning to him. No matter how Vegeta attacks, Kid Buu remains unmoved. He just stood there blankly, taking Vegeta's attack. Vegeta's attacks were getting faster and faster. Seeing Kid Buu who didn't fight back, he sneered and said, "HMPH, you're so arrogant, you didn't even fight back. You think I only have this little strength." Vegeta exploded again at this moment. However, Kid Buu remained unmoved. Kid Buu's current purpose seems to be to test Vegeta's strength. Kid Buu's attempt to defeat Vegeta was just a casual matter. He is just giving Vegeta a taste of the sweetness now. After that, Kid Buu also planned to break his hopes in one fell swoop. The strength Vegeta has shown now is powerful enough. But it's still not worth mentioning in front of Kid Buu. After all, Kid Buu wants to defeat Vegeta in a matter of seconds. He just doesn't want to end the battle so quickly. Vegeta's crazy attack, Kid Buu also fell back one after another due to the aftermath of his battle. Vegeta strikes with all his strength again. Rumble. Thick smoke rose everywhere, flying sand danced wildly, and the mighty breath swept wildly. There were ripples in the surrounding space. The mighty breath is like a wave, setting off layers of waves. Vegeta's eyes tightened, although Kid Buu has been knocked back now. But he still felt the presence of Kid Buu's aura. But Vegeta, who now has extremely powerful strength, always firmly believes that he is stronger than Majin Buu. Vegeta also knows how strong Kid Buu is. If you don't have any real skills, it will not be easy to defeat Majin Buu. But the terror of this strength is enough to frighten everyone. It was also the first time for all Z Warriors to see Vegeta with such strength. Compared to before, Vegeta's strength has indeed improved a lot. But this is only the strength of 3 days. Vegeta's strength seems to be improving by leaps and bounds. The unparalleled change caused Vegeta's strength to increase so quickly. The Z Warriors all looked unbelievable now that Vegeta's strength had become so powerful. He even has the strength to fight Majin Buu. Celestial Temple. The Z Warriors now looked horrified. Surprise was written on their faces. They all couldn't believe Vegeta's strength. Klin said with a shocked face. "Bae. How did Vegeta become so powerful? This energy seems to have surpassed Goku. Vegeta was just a few days ago. And now he has become so powerful." Krillin couldn't believe that in a few days, Vegeta, who had a certain strength gap with Goku, now became so powerful. They are completely different from before. Not only that, the strength he burst out completely surpassed before. This is something everyone can feel. At this moment, Piccolo also said with a surprised look. Vegeta's strength is indeed much stronger than before. But if you want to truly defeat Kid Buu, it's not enough. Klin looked at Klin and slowly said, "What did you say? Is it possible that Vegeta's current strength is less than 1/3 of Kid Buu's strength?" Piccolo nodded. As Krillin said, Vegeta is very powerful now, but Kid Buu is just testing Vegeta's experience now. If he takes action, Vegeta will have no room to fight back now. It will not be easy for Vegeta to defeat him. Moreover, Vegeta's current strength is more like letting Kid Buu learn his fighting style. Both Vegeta and Kid Buu have been fighting for so long. Kid Buu is still not injured at all. One can imagine how terrifying his strength is. At this moment, Klin said again. "How is it possible? Hasn't Vegeta already defeated him?" Piccolo frowned and slowly said. "Not yet, Kid Buu's strength is far more terrifying than this. Although Vegeta's current strength has improved a lot compared to before, don't forget Majin Buu, they all have the ability to regenerate." Klin heard this. They set their sights on Vegeta. Hear what Piccolo said. Krillin is still a little worried about Vegeta now. He now knows the horror of Kid Buu's strength. The only one in danger now is Vegeta. On the side, Goten and Trunks were fighting each other. They have now learned fusion. This time, the two of them are also preparing to challenge Kid Buu. Now of course it's time to train hard. At this moment, Chinyu suddenly turned his head, looked at the Z Warriors and said slowly. If Vegeta can seize this opportunity, he may be able to fight Majin Buu. But now Vegeta has relaxed, he is still waiting and watching. During these times, Kid Buu's regeneration ability has been restored. Vegeta, I'm afraid it's hopeless. Vegeta, Bulma muttered. The one I'm most worried about right now is Bulma. During the previous martial arts tournament, Vegeta was voluntarily controlled. Bulma was worried. Now looking at Vegeta fighting with Kid Buu, she is also worried. I'm afraid that something unexpected will happen to Vegeta again. Be careful, Majin Buu not only wants to destroy, he seems to be targeting us. Chinyu looked at Kid Buu shrouded in thick smoke with his eyes narrowed, and then he spoke again. The birth of Kid Buu is the end of the world. They feel the existence of a powerful aura. After defeating Vegeta, his target may be us. Chinyu said firmly. Klin and Piccolo were stunned. If Vegeta is defeated, how can they hope to defeat Majin Buu? Do we really have to count on Chinyu? They looked at Chinyu and felt from Chinyu's appearance that Chinyu would not take action. All this still needs to be solved by the Z Warriors. Goku is gone, so the best hope lies with Vegeta and Gohan. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.